Welcome to the very first ever eDTM charity race. Give me a second. I am joined by not Anna Kendrick. That is Simon of the Jerry Forever of his cat. Now, as lovely as Simon is, we did try to get Anna Kendrick in, who is obviously brilliant, mainly because she can sing. Simon, I may be able to sing. He's never sang to me, but I can't imagine that he can sing as well as Anna Kendrick, because she's amazing.
I could do that, but I'm sure Moomin will say no, stop. So, yeah.
I won't, because as we all know, the entire point of what I do is to torture as many people as possible.
Many people. Yeah.
No,
well, we'll see if the racing gets boring. You never know. We'll find out.
Ooh. Well, what we could do is the first thing I'm going to say. Oh, Ian's in the chat. Ian's in the chat of yours. I've got Simon's up. Right. Okay.
Daiko, yes, he's got going now, so you should be able to find him.
I'm going to put, if anybody doesn't want to listen to me on my channel, you can listen to me and on Simon's channel, because Simon basically does a better job of everything that goes on here. So I have posted Simon's
so many Brits are poor Daiko
stream in the chat. I will be putting it in the description. To Daiko, I'm not British. I am Scottish English Viking with some Irish stock, and apparently Welsh. So I was really upset with that. Oh my god, when I found that out, I was just so upset. Right, okay, let's go. What we're in is a practice doodah
mode. We're in practice mode. Yeah, they're all getting used to the track.
What you said. So we've got Mikey, the brilliant nut job from County Cork in Ireland. That I will be doing many strange Irish accents, which I'll be beaten up for later. Golden Botto. I have got some information about these people, but I can't be asked. And we have found out, I was so disappointed that Jenny, when I can do my Austrian accent from the bathroom. She's not Austrian at all. She lives in Cologne, or Köln, if you are Deutsch and listening.
Are alive with the sound
of music. My mother was sent into the flames in her dead body. I don't think she was actually there anymore because she's dead. By request to how do you solve a problem like Maria. So you can imagine that I was brought up with The Sound of Music as a kind of a mainstay of our family viewing. Julie Andrews, oh god, pixie haircuts, ginger, wow, brilliant voice. What are you going to do? Anyway, so Jenny is in there. Cordell, who's one of these weird people that likes Guinness. I don't understand these people. What's that about? M3 Guy, we've seen him before. Enraviel, who isn't from Finland. Just saying. It's definitely Norway. That's the ancestral home of my people, as well as the Braemar around Scotland, County Durham, and the East Midlands. Yeah, I'm just trying to even things out. I made such a screw up of the Finland thing. I just thought I would try and even it out a bit. Oh, this is a J. Pace. Now, this gentleman is from. I saw this person on his Gets to Know People on the Discord channel. Right, let's find it. I can find it there. Who are you? Who are you? So, come on, down you go, down you go, down you go. There you go. J. Pace is from South Africa, and his actual name, and I'm going to say this wrong, not by choice. It's Goniwe. I'm thinking, but he's also known as J or Jason, spelt with the Spanish C with a little Cyrilla underneath the C, so you get a Sion. And he's from Midlands. I like him already because it's almost like Midlands, but not quite. And he is a freelance architect and engineer. An engineer, so you know he's nuts and he likes V8s. He wants a Challenger Demon SRT. I can understand that. But he plays a Assetto Corsa. Ooh. Good lad. But he's probably the Pace. Pace is one of the racing teams that we are kind of familiar with.
Yeah, I thought I'd heard of that.
Botto is from Enridge from Norway. Dyko's correcting me already. These Germans, right? So in our chat we have GT Mugelina, who is Dirk also from Köln. Guten Abend. I've got my arm bent. Now I've spoken enough. Simon, your turn.
Okie dokie. Have you been through them all yet?
No.
Just about to start the parade.
I'm on this fella.
Oh, right. I see them all lining up for some strange reason.
Just going to do it now.
Okay. Just let me go back to... I'll just have a look at my flashy lights to begin with before I do go. It looks lovely.
Mm. You do the same.
Yeah, I do. I do go off on my own little world.
How long's this race for, Simon? It's one thing I don't know.
An hour, isn't it? 1 hour.
I don't know.
We've got to keep going for 1 hour, I think.
One whole hour. Well, at some point I'm going to need to go to the toilet.
Okay, that'll be the same with me. So,
do you think when Murray Walker and James Hunt were doing their thing, do you think they went to the toilet?
James Hunt sometimes never used to turn up, did he? He was doing something.
I saw a photograph of him sitting with his broken leg, perched up on something, and him leaning back. Didn't he used to sort of like belt Murray Walker around the back of the head and say, "Give me the mic"?
Well, he used to just yank at the wire, didn't he? And just it would go flying out of Murray's hand. But it was the 1989 Belgian Grand Prix that he didn't turn up for. And he kept inviting people. And when Johnny Herbert retired, he came into the commentary box. And then when Martin Brundle retired, he came up there. I think Brundle stayed there for the rest of the race. Not the first one he did. Well, I'm waiting for the cars at the top. For some reason, it does let me go in reverse.
Right, so I've got up on mine because it's great because we can do sort of like separate sort of things. You can be showing something and I can be showing something. I've got the list.
I think I know what it is.
Of people.
I know what it is. Bear with me.
Oh no, you carry on.
Yeah, I had it in automatic there.
So we have, ladies and gentlemen, 7 teams. Oh, you don't want automatic. What do you like? 7 teams.
I was doing that for something else to do with my stream earlier in the week.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a quick breakdown of the rules while you're getting ready to do the parade lap, and then I'm going to go through all the drivers in teams as best I can. Okay, forgive me or not, don't care. It's going to happen the way it happens. I can only do what I can do. Right. So what we've got in this race is that we have drivers from the inaugural, which I can't spell properly. Well, I might be able to spell it. I just don't know. Inaugural series of eDTM set up by that mad German who sits on weird air-cooled V-twins, pigs, Dyko, and his 2 mad sidekicks, Richie Roo and Moomin Papa. And they have been split into teams, 7 teams. There's 13 racers, and each team has a pro and an AM driver, and the pro driver is in a GT3 car and an AM driver is in a GT4 car, and that's how it's working. So here we have, let's just go through these quickly. We have 15 people on the track, one of which is our wonderful commentator and what's a thingy-jig fella, Simon.
Alright, I'm hanging in there trying to concentrate and put the view on the rear view as well.
you carry on doing that. Right, so team 1.
Judge the corner when it's coming.
Team 1, we're going through. We are on board with GLR Mikey from County Cork. Now let's have a quick look. GLR is in. He's the pro driver and his teammate. Now they're meant to be side by side, but that ain't working. So I'm going to find his teammate. Right, let's get. Come on, get my usual angle. Let's start again. Come on, let's do this properly. There's GLR Mikey in. Strangely, who would have believed it? Guinness livery. Okay, you got the PCRF. We'll have a chat about the PCRF in a second, but first we're talking about this. And he's in a lovely looking Aston Martin. All right, and his teammate is, where's he gone? Power Maxing. Now this is Thorsten from Germany in a weird Volkswagen Beetle thing with 6 cylinders. So weights are out the back, it's going to crash in a minute. Although Power Maxi is an excellent driver. Then let's go to Golden Botto, who is third on the grid. Now look, I've got to say, that rusty old knackered Ferrari livery kind of appeals to me. White and rust, isn't that brilliant? So that's the pro driver, and my personal favourite in the entire grid, and there are other people that favours, is this young gentleman here, 60 years old. He likes Farscape, he likes Babylon 5, and he likes Star Trek and Doctor Who. Who can hate this man? This is Falconer NZ from New Zealand. And if you want to do a Kiwi, if you want to do a New Zealand accent, I'll think about it and do it a bit later. Right, so then we have, let's go, JW Pace, who is another Audi R8. So this is the pro driver. Let's have a look at this. Oh, black on the back, red on the front. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I wish I could get it to look at the side on these things, but it doesn't because it's crap. And then, oh no, there's this weird fella. Let's find him now because he's a bit strange. He's a bit weird. He likes the justified ancients of Moo Moo. He's in a big fat V10. So there's 2 V10s in this. 2 Audi V10s in the back of these, and he's flashing his lights at us. His yellow lights, isn't that sexy? Actually, I do quite like that. That's really nice. It's kind of like a day glow version of the Batmobile, and that is DTR Moomin Papa, part of the dream team, part of the organising thing of this lot. What a guy. Right, then we're going to go to, now I'm personally very pleased, let's find her, where's she gone? There she is, there we go. Also in whatever Lamborghini's called, oh my god, the Huracan, is this young lady here. In the pink und the white, this is Jenny, who I always do a bad Terminator German accent with. Jenny in the bathroom from Köln. I'm really pleased that she missed the last race of the eDTM. Gutted, wanted her to be there. She's the pro driver and she's pretty damn fast, gotta be said. Oh, and her teammate in the GT4 car is this young man here. This is Peter from Poland. Follow Me 78, now known as FM 78. He's gone modern. Look at that, flashing his lights. Look at, I mean, that's I like that.
I was commentating by myself in that last round. That completely caught me out. I didn't realise who it was.
Oh, because he changed his name.
Yeah.
This is what happens. See, old people like us, we get confused easily.
Yeah.
I always got confused easily. Part of it is because I was never young. I was told that years ago. I was basically being a miserable old git, and now I'm a miserable old git. So anyway, I better get on with this because this is N-Reveal, and N-Reveal is from somewhere in the world. We'll deal with this. And that is a very nice looking BMW. And I should know which BMW it is. Is this the M6? It's the M6, isn't it? Yeah, it's the M6. I should know these things. The yellows and the blacks and the whites. Very nice. It looks like a banana that's gone bad. No one's going to like me saying that. And Enra's teammate is my old mate, the young Ian. Cars IAR9. Another very talented young driver. That, do you know, that's a really nice livery for that. Oh yeah, I like that. I like kind of simple, but he's got the. Oh, do you know, I'd really like that. So that's Ian, good old Ian, who I completely destroyed in a race last night for fun. But I didn't destroy him for fun. I crashed at 400 kph in a really bad way. Right, let's find Cordell, who is from the United States of Britain. In another Audi R8. It's another Guinness guy. Very strange Guinness people. And his teammate is, now I can say it properly, and it makes perfect sense, in another weird looking Porsche, but isn't that a Cayman? So that's not a Beetle, because that has the engine in the middle. This is All Alonatron. I did try to drive a Cayman once, and it was awful. But it's probably more to do with me. Right, let's go to M3 guy. Another wonderful Lamborghini. Look at that. That's another black. That's pretty nice. That's nice, isn't it? Okay. And M3 guys is. Oh, we have. Where is he? We have TNT 2000, who is the champion of the AM class in the previous years. Oh, in the SLS. I do like the SAS. That is everybody on the grid, apart from this fella here. Let's get him in there quick. Oh, he's going into the pits. I was just too slow. Our Simon, Jerry Forever 2016. Look at that lovely purple. We've got those hexagons that I like the look of. Pretty good. Right, so that's everybody. That's really good. Now, so I can get rid of my little list there, and I can go back to my other big list where I have little details. Now, M3 guy is called Nick, and he is in car 44. He should be in car 44. Are they racing? Are they now racing? Simon?
Should we?
Phew. I mean, I know I'd screw things up a lot. Oh, hold on, we're being... Are you talking me or are you talking Simon? That's true, I had forgotten.
Make a comment.
Yeah, make a comment and then he can do it.
And then I shall do it. And the qualifier starts. 15 minutes, folks, 15 minutes.
Oh, we're in qualifying now. Oh, excellent. See, I like this. We do a parade lap and then we get the... It doesn't matter whose order or whatever. I'm doing the order of the list I've got. Yes. Okie dokie.
So everyone will be shuffling for a good position. They want to gain a bit of slipstream, but at the same time not getting the dirty air, not getting each other's way. So it's all about finding the correct space.
I'd just like to point out that the person that you could probably not hear very well that we were talking to is Richie Roo, my lovely Richie Roo with his very nice hair.
Yeah,
who's
we have him locked in the cupboard.
Yes,
we can't hear him very well.
We've kidnapped him and he's in the boot. The microphone's on the outside because we can't let him out because he's a mad. He's like like that. You know what I'm saying? So what this means is we can't hear what he's saying, but that he is, as we all know, and he hates. I can't hear what he's saying. I'm about to say the magical Guinness fairy. Carry on. What? Yes, I'm going to do that. I am going to do that. I'm going to be talking about the charity a few times anyway, but yeah, absolutely. So we've got the magical Guinness fairy, who is our conscience, our haircut, our source of... I don't think he likes Guinness, which is kind of weird. I can't remember. But whatever it is... No, he doesn't. I was right. God, I can remember things. Right. So, Simon, talk about the charity.
Right, hang on, I just had to grab my laptop and get a bit closer to me.
Okay, while you're doing that, I will say it's PCRF, which stands for Palestine Children's Relief Fund. I want to state to anyone that's listening, not because I'm an apologist or that I believe we have anything to apologise for, I'm not apologising for anything, I just want to state that this is not an anti-Israel charity. What this is a charity that tries to help the poor sods, like many of the poor sods in that region, who are a victim of idiotic killing of other people by anybody. All right, so we're not part of Hamas, we're not anti-Israeli, just, you know, many Israeli kids get killed as well, but they have an Israeli government to look after them, to be frank, whereas in Palestine they have bugger all. So all this is people trying to look after vulnerable young people who are in the middle of the kind of hell that you or I couldn't even imagine. So, you know, I wouldn't say stop Israel, stop Palestine, I would say stop being a bunch of stupid fucking morons and killing each other for no bastard reason. That's what I'd say, and I'd slap them all. So, Simon, you do the more.
And I would say the Palestine Children's Relief Fund was established in 1992 by concerned humanitarians in the USA to bring injured and sick children for free medical care they could not get locally. Obviously, if you want to find out more about the charity, go to www.pcrf.net, and there you should be able to donate if you wish to. And we will keep reminding and doing that during the race as the evening goes along. Right, let's have a look at some times. I think are we going to start getting some first lap times coming through? Yeah, 151s, right, so let's go to the pole position. Mikey, he's got a 140.8. Obviously in his Group 3 car. In his Aston Martin. And then we've got Pony. Remind me of that, Andrew, who's Pony? 141.0. And Cordell, GLR Cordell. Jenny, isn't it? That's it, Jenny, yeah. Jenny is in second there at the moment. But only 2/10 behind, so quite easy. It could be capable for an even third place is only 2/10 behind the leader. So this is a big scrap for pole. GLR Cordell there. And fourth, a little bit further back. Looking at 8/10 behind pole position times are J. Dublo Pace, our South African friend, and Enra from Norway is 1.3 seconds back. And then we've got Golden Botto. I think the final of the Ferrari there, last of the Group 3 cars, and he's probably now going to be putting in a relevant lap time, and he goes pole. There we go. He obviously had a bit of an incident on the first lap, and now he's going to stuck it on pole. 0.04 of a second.
Excellent. Right, I'm going to go on to on my stream. Oh no, wrong button. I'm going to go on to the live timing. So as you say, at the moment we have Golden Botto followed by GLR Mikey, Enreveal, Jenny from Kuhn, GLR Cordell, and then we have JWO Pace, who is now. I'm going to try and do this again. Okay, Guionway or J. Excellent. Followed by. Oh, brain's gone. Okay. T-word. Tyson! What? I wanted to say Titan. Oh my god! Brain! Tyson, who is GRT TNT 2000, another very quick one. I really like that car. I was really surprised. Have you driven the SLS AMG, the Group 4 one? I got it the other week.
In real life? No.
No, Simon, not in real life. You and I both know our financial situations, and we both know that neither of us. I mean, you probably have a car.
Do you know my financial situation? I'm concerned.
Well, I know you have a car, and that you drive to various things. Car. I have 2 legs, and so it's been 7 years since I've driven any vehicle, so yeah, it's a bit annoying. Anyway, but you know, enough moaning about me. I just was really surprised about how good he was, because my understanding of the SLS is that it's a tank, but in this game at least, this Group 4 one...
Is that the same car that Lewis Hamilton uses in his time trial challenge?
I have no idea, I don't follow.
It's grey, isn't it? The grey one?
It's the car that Bert Landmeyer used for a few years.
Yeah, what I just drove in the safety car, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't overly like it. It's because so much of the it feels such front end to it, and I don't overly like that.
Because it bites and turns.
Yeah. You see, I prefer the. I like the Porsche 911 because it feels balanced throughout. Yes, it may not be the fastest and top end speed and everything, but it's just got a balanced feel for me when I go on any track. With that one. That back end always wants to kick out for me.
Really? Because that's really weird. Because I find it quite neutral. And the thing is,
all the other different cars compared to the Porsche for me feels the neutral one. I mean, it's going to be different for everyone.
No way! Because the Porsche keeps trying to swap ends on me. That's really weird. That's really weird. I know that you are.
Cars has had an incident. Oh, unlucky their cars.
I know you're much quicker than me. You know, I'm not saying you're the fastest person in the world, but you are much quicker than me. And I know I keep going. I've been, you know, had the P taken out of me because I'm so slow, and I keep saying I'm slow. But the reason I say I'm slow isn't because, you know, I want anybody's sympathy or anything like that. I just don't want people to think that I'm talking out my arse. You know, I know racing, and I know how to drive, and I know how to drive well and quickly on a real road. In this game, I am not quick. Hello. Yes, in a minute. So we got Moomin's up there. Is doing really well. Unfortunately, at the back we have Falconer, Paramaxi. But all of these people, this is an hour race. Oh, wrong button again. God. There we go.
Just to make a quick note, Andrew. Obviously, the tyre wear is live. The fuel depletion is live. So they're having to make use. Best is to get these the tyre loads straight away and try and time their lap, you know, to when the fuel load's a bit lighter, and keeping those tyres in good condition. So it's all about timing when you get that best lap. I think that's what Golden Botto did, really.
Yes. Now in this race, thanks for mentioning tyres, and fuel. We have, I believe, 2 times tyre wear sets in the lobby and 2 times fuel use.
Yes, yeah, I believe so, yeah.
We have racing mediums and racing softs, but you don't have to use both of them. It's not one of these ones where you have to use all of them like in Formula 1. You can pick the best strategy that works for you and your car. Right, so I'm going to go through. Let's go through these. Watch these people race. We've got a certain amount of time in this. I do like to sort of find people to go through. Let's sit on board for a minute with Falconer, who's currently slowest, but he's slowest at, I mean, he's been doing a 156 quite consistently. He's done 4 laps at a 156.5 odd, and then he did his fastest laps at 155, 167. So this goes to show that we all, you know, mistakes happen all the time, and we keep talking about how young Jack, who's not in this session, he's not in the charity race, which is I don't know, is it good or bad? It's sad that we're not seeing him race, but it's good that other people get a chance to win something.
Yeah, that's the only way you can look at it.
The way you look at it, it's like when Jimmy Clark in a reliable car that didn't have an anchor out the back turned up. You know, it's like, yeah, okay, so who's going to win of everybody else? You know. But he's in the Audi R8, which is the same car that Jack used to race in the eDTM. And you know, stuff I've discovered as I've been slowly, gently improving, is that you can make big improvements with getting used to the tracks and this kind of stuff, and then the last bits of improvement, the last sort of few seconds of improvement, come with minutiae, don't they? It's like braking points taken to the max and then getting the exact right line. There's a current time trial, the online time trial, which is the only thing I do these days. I'm slow. I'm getting a 49 second on the Brands Indy circuit, right, which is the slowest of our friends. You know, that we all follow each other online by a few seconds. I was really pleased with it though, and then I watched the very fastest time in the world, which is 45 seconds. So I'm only 4 seconds behind, but still I'm over 10,000th in the list.
Yeah, and you just need to set that as your ghost, mate, and you'll if you do set it as your ghost.
Oh, it's the ghost, of course. I keep forgetting about the ghost. I keep forgetting about the ghost.
You improve a hell of a lot. You learn from their lines.
I had forgotten about the ghost. I did.
And I often set Jack as my ghost when I'm doing the daily races, and I usually take, as soon as I'm following it, I improve by about half a second. Because I'm going, where the hell is he braking there? And Oh right, that line there, right, okay, and it's amazing, it's little things.
Little things.
Does make a lot of difference.
Well, what I did is these guys have posted their replay, and I just watched him going around and take the first corner.
Andrew, let's go back to pole position because it's changed again.
Oh, Jenny's pole 1:45.40. Let's do a quick look at the live timing. Let's have a look. Oh, it's very close at the top. The top four drivers. You got Pony, which is Jenny, Mikey, who we know is fast, Botto, and Cordell, all very, very fast. 1:45.40, 1:46.21, 1:46.82, and 1:48.80. So this is a big course. This is a large course. So, but we are separated by 0.3 of a second over the top four. And it's only another 0.2 to fifth, so
it's only 0.8 to 6. Yeah, it's close. There's ain't going to be anyone running away with it, in my opinion, anyway.
I do like that livery. I'm not a fan of pink, but that's really nice. It's just smart. And
there's not too much pink in it, is it? It's just around the map.
It's just like, you know. It's not one of my liveries. It's not one of my fluorescent yellows. Look at me, I'm desperate for your attention because I am different, honest. And I go for subtle. I was told off for subtle last night by some magical Guinness fairy because I changed my livery to the only other livery I had on that car, and they went,
right,
"That's not a livery. What you doing that for? That's shite." He said, in not that accent.
Qualifying is now going to, I think this is going to be their last laps, Andrew, so we are coming up 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So let's see if anyone can improve.
Why is it saying that on the screen? Oh, down there.
Have you got...
Yeah, no, I've seen it. It's okay,
so they're allowed to
fine.
complete their laps.
It's all fine.
Quickly go and have a look down into the group falls.
Find somebody different to follow.
Here comes a Lonatron. He's going to complete his lap, and he's gone a bit quicker. There we go. And he's solidifying. He's over a second ahead of GRT TNT 2000, who's about to come over the line very shortly as well. Can he do anything about it?
Worth pointing out that some of these drivers are using steering wheels. Oh, I just want to say hello to Ant, my mate Ant. Thank you for joining us. Woohoo!
Hello, Ant.
My very, very good friend. Super duper. I don't know what's going on there. I think he's just given up. They're all giving up. Right, some people are using steering wheels and rigs and that kind of stuff. Some people might have, I don't know for sure. I know that a lot of people are using the G29 like me. And I think have you got G29, I believe?
I did for the safety car, yes. I used it this time. So
that's your rig?
Yeah.
Some people are on the pad, though. Didn't
stop me crashing into the barrier, but...
Did you? Oh, that made me feel
you missed that. I cannot believe you didn't see it.
No, I'll rewind and look at it then. I can't believe... it makes me feel a lot better because when I was doing the pleb racing series, the first series other than our little group that I was recommended to commentate for, and these nutters got me to stream it, which is what started me streaming it, and it's one thing to stream my idiotic things, but it's another thing. Anyway, they wanted me to do...
Everyone's been through. I think
yes. So let's have a quick look. Oh, wrong button again, Andrew, God's sake. That's the one we're looking at. So this is the final starting Majuju. We have Pony 1962, who's Jenny from Corn with a 1:40.540. Oh, it's done something and it shouldn't have. How can I show this stuff if it doesn't let me show this stuff? She was only 0.005 of a second ahead of the next guy, whoever that was. I didn't even see it. Gran Turismo. Right, I've got to come out. You keep talking because we've both got to come out and go back in again.
Oh yeah.
We're going to change things. So here we go. An hour race is coming up. Go. Sorry.
Right, here we go. Red, right. It doesn't seem to be knocking me out yet. So let's see what goes and go! The green lights and they're off. What a great start from Jenny there. Really roaring away. I think they're going to be confident into the first corner. They'll be leading at the first corner on this first lap. Let's just go back and Golden Botto behind. And then we've got Mikey. Mikey into third, then GLR Cordell into fourth. All looks pretty clean, a little bit of shuffling going on behind here between M3 guy and Real, keeping it inside on the outside, tight around there, but rubbing is racing, no one punting, nothing going like that.
Very clean.
And then Dublo Pace hanging there in 7th, the final of the Group 3 cars. Let's get to the Group 4s. Alonatron, really pulled the gap. Alonatron looks to be in a class of their own.
There seems to be a group already. There's a group. I'm on board with Jenny, and she's pulling a bit of a gap, but the Mikey and Botto are in a little bit of a battle. But like you say, there's a bit of a train going along.
Alonatron's in Group 3.5, I think, instead of Group 4. And then Moomin, he's in 9th, and he's ahead of a bit of a train of vehicles here. We've got DTR FM78 right behind him, and GRT TNT 2000, our friend from America. And then Cars is in there, Ian in 12th. And then Power Maxi in 13th in the Porsche, and holding up the back of the field is TCR Falconet, New Zealander. Thank you for joining us.
My favourite. Now, I'm noticing Cordell. So, okay, Golden Botto is making a move into the first corner on Mikey. Now, that I think. Oh, Argy Bargy.
He was pretty fair though. He could have kept going with that and took the second place, but I think he let him go past.
That was really weird because Mikey's car seemed to go on the into the Ferrari, and I know the Ferrari's liveried as rusty,
but look who's benefiting from it, and that's Jenny out front. And while they squabble, she just keeps pulling away.
And I'd just like to point out, because I've got a little message from Diaco, never forget, Jenny is driving with the pad, auto gearing and brakes on the X button. That's
amazing.
Impressive. I mean, that is impressive. This is why I was so gutted.
Can sometimes catch you out.
Oh, auto gears are bloody awful. Oh, a bit of a slide there, bit of showboating there from Jenny. Entered the corner quite fast. I tried auto gears again. But after the beginning, when I was learning the game and learning how to drive it and all this kind of stuff, I would go onto a track, use auto gears so I could just teach myself how to steer around it, and then I'd go manual and get better. Now I can't use auto gears because they never go into the gear where I want them to go. So I see it as a handicap now. She'd be
especially when you're accelerating out of corners or going into a slow corner. Sometimes I don't want to go to first. I want to be in second. And suddenly you get far too much torque and it catches you out.
I mean, we got Don D-Max Racing is in the. Oh, excuse me, in my chat. Oh, I've just burped in my nose. That was bad. Oh, I didn't like that. Anyway, so let's go back a bit because there's a bit of a battle for sort of second and third. Cordell, early Cordell was doing the old classic sort of racer manoeuvres. He's good on the brakes, I've noticed. Of jinking out to distract and all this kind of stuff. M3 guy. M3 guys in the Lamborghini.
But if the second, third and fourth here use their common sense, they'll work together. They're all a very similar pace. Bring that gap back down to Jenny at the front. I mean, that's what they've got to do. Otherwise, if they keep squabbling, she'll just pull away. But
absolutely. Does human nature now? What's going on? What's going on? End reveal. He's in a massive battle.
Not quite. Showed the nose.
But he was all over the back end of M3 guy in his Lambo, and I said massive battle because it was exciting to me. And then I thought, are you hyping this up too much? And I thought, that's my job. No! Bless him.
They're sort of allowing everyone to keep going again.
Do you know what?
Good of everyone.
This is why I love these people. Honestly, this is what, because I hate dirty racing. I hate all this kind of like go for a gap. The old Takuma Sato.
Lost it by themselves. You just go, okay, bye bye.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
When it has been a tap, even if it is accidental, you think, no, I can't honestly take that. But yeah.
So what happened there was, for anyone that's wondering, is that Enra was very, very close and had a good old battle with M3 Guy, and then tapped the back of him going into a corner. Now, we've seen that so many times, and often it's lack of care or do or die at all costs, this kind of stuff. These guys don't do that kind of stuff. It was a mistake. It caused a big slide for the Lamborghini of the M3 Guy 100, and in normal Gran Turismo Sport racing that Matt and I have had a big rant about, he would have just taken the place and whatever. But what he did is he backed off, he slid himself, and allowed M3 Guy to retake the position. Now, that's one level of wonderfulness. The second level of wonderfulness is that JWO Pace, Jay, our mate from South Africa, deliberately backed off to maintain his position because he saw the two guys in front of him. He saw what had happened. He saw that M3 Guy was being given the place back, and then Reveal was deliberately doing that to keep it fair. And to keep it fair for him, he stayed behind the both of them. I mean, that's just fantastic.
Yeah, that's good, but I wouldn't have done that. Not because I would have gone, well, that's nothing to do with me. That's how it is. Fair enough between those two. But that's up to him, that's fine, and that's great, but...
I have to say, though, and this is why I'd never be a world champion in anything, I would have. Yeah. I would have looked at those two doing that and gone, knowing them, and I'm gone, yeah.
Even if I was
I'll
in this race,
beat you on the
position,
track.
I would have gone, no, sorry, I didn't have nothing to do with this incident. I'll take advantage of that. Fair enough, those two want to do that. But yeah, if I end up accidentally causing an incident, that's different.
So, I mean, I'm going to go through the other people in a minute like I like to, but just a quick question, and this isn't me sort of like, this isn't a sort of, how can I put it, it's a political points playing position. This is just an interest in your thinking.
My psyche, yeah?
Yeah. Don't you swear at me. And, so, see, to me, and if you think about it this philosophically, only one person can be the best in the world at any one time. So if we take Formula 1 as being the best in the world, only one person can be the world champion, and everyone else is people trying to be that person. And everyone that starts racing as a career does it thinking or hoping that they can be the best in the world, or to win. So they're in a particular series, whatever that series that might be, karting, Formula 4, Formula Ford, Formula 3, Formula 2, all the, and sports cars, whatever. And most of the people that are in that are really good and in sports cars aren't people that wanted to be in sports cars. They're people that wanted to be the Formula 1 world champion and couldn't. And it might not have necessarily been because of their speed. It might have been because of the circumstances and the budget wasn't there to allow them to be. So, with that, bearing that in mind, with that, winning at all costs is a ridiculous idea. So, to me, if I'm in a race with people, it's got absolutely nothing to do with the position I come in that race. It's all to do with how I perform myself individually, autotelic, the sort of internal processes, internal reward. So if I do a terrible job and come first, I'm not happy. If I do a brilliant job and come last, I'm really happy because I know I've done the best I can do and I'm always trying to improve. What's your thoughts on that? While you're saying that, I'm going to go through other people's cars.
Yeah, you do that. It reminds me of a Simpsons episode when the teachers are on strike, when Principal Skinner and Mrs. Krabappel are arguing, and Ned Flanders says, well, I think we'll have to agree to disagree. I don't agree to that. Neither do I. So, it's interesting to listen to your thoughts there, but no, that's not the way I look at it. In the sense, if you cause an incident, fair enough. But if someone else hasn't, it goes wrong ahead of you, and you're taking advantage of that, that's not my problem. It's not my fault. Okay. It's,
okay.
I mean, I mean, I've never in this game, I'll tell you this now, I've never in this game driven terribly and won. I've only, when I've driven well, have I done well. So I don't think it quite works out like that, in my experience anyway.
Right.
Maybe you need to ask someone like Jack and Scotty, who are much more faster than me and do a lot more winning, and see what they say on that in terms of have they won in a terrible way, and do they, and have they driven well and not won as such and felt better. So that, it'll probably be best to ask those sort of people and see how they feel. I have a feeling I know the answer from Jack and possibly even Scotty, but I won't say what they might be because it's up for them to say it. But from my point of view, no, I've never driven terribly and won, and I've never driven brilliantly and finished last. I don't think it quite works like that in a motor race. Sometimes it depends on the car you're driving. Say if in this instance where say like obviously we have balance of performance and everything. If you didn't have that and you had cars that were stronger than others and you've got the best out of that car, then yeah, then you can look at it that way.
So, I mean, I think it's a fluid thing, isn't it? It's a fluid thing.
Cars all had their different performances, and you were in one of the weaker cars, and you stood no chance of finishing ahead of all the others. But you took everything out of that car, and you say finished last, and you did everything, consistent lap times. You consistently putting good laps in. Yeah, fair enough. Then you can drive well and finish last. I agree with you, but that's the only way, really.
I suppose. I mean, my position, my sort of admiration of Jay for sort of sticking behind them, in one sense, is tempered by the fact that this is a friends race. You know, this isn't for a career.
I think this is where it's a little bit different. Everyone's friendly, and we want to keep a friendly community. I totally understand that, but like I say, it was just. I was just a bit surprised by Douglas Pace because he had nothing to do with the incident. That's the way I look at that. That's so good. I'm just saying what I would have done. I would have just gone, oh, unlucky guys, see ya.
I think part of me is just so frustrated with the...
Oh, Richie just wants to say something. What's Richie want to say?
Go, Richie. Oh yeah, full information. I've been...
There you go.
Diaco was telling me, but of course I always have the full information. It's just sometimes if I move between different views, different positions. You
go from qualifying to race, it gets rid of it again. That's the annoying thing.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It does to me because I had it all up.
Really? Okay. It doesn't to me. No. What I have. So, for example, Diaco, if you watch now, if I change my the camera view, it puts that live timing strip where I can change positions.
Right,
if I don't come out of that,
Andrew, let's go back to the front because we have a change of leader.
No,
Mikey's in the lead.
This is worth saying because they're very close to each other. I'm just going to go to the position. Yes, there's been a change of lead, and the top three cars are all very close to each other. And Mikey has taken the lead. We need. I'll go through the tyre wear in a second. We're on board with Mikey. Mikey is actually lapping someone at the moment. I want to. Right. Okay. I want. This is where. So we mentioned earlier about the tyres, the fuel, and all this kind of stuff. It's worth noting that because this is a two-class race, Pro-Am, GT3s, GT4s, it has been decided by the organisers that the GT4 cars have sort of right of way. There's no ghosting. You have to negotiate the slower traffic, just like in a real race, a real GT race. The GT4s have the racing line. And then it's up to the GT3 cars as much faster vehicles to get past in a safe fashion. All right. So racing line for the GT4 cars, the AM cars, and she's right up there though. Look at that. They're all so close to each other. So it's also I don't know about. They already have. Yeah. They've already gone past the slowest, the last car. They've already.
Yeah, Cars is next in line for the leaders.
Yeah,
he's just gone around the first corner.
They've lapped 2 cars. They've lapped
getting the blue flags already. He is getting the blue flags, so they are sort of a bit far behind. It's funny as the safety car is getting the blue flag.
Okay. So we have 44 minutes of this race to go. Plenty to happen. Tyres are wearing. Fuel is being slurped up by Tron.
Cars has just been that. Oh, and he
cars.
Ian hitting barrier.
Well, Ian was very kind there. He didn't take the race in line. Oh my goodness gracious!
A bit of a race between.
Wait. They're alongside each other. It's a golden botto. Jenny's. Oh, how did that? Oh, that was
on the outside. Oh yeah, very good.
Oh, how did they both not crash there? That was just incredible. Some things that Jenny was pulled away. So anyway, the other thing I was going to say, the lap in the GT4, GT3 cars are so much faster. What I was going to say is as usual, my new sort of way. I've done it three times now. My usual thing to do at the end is to stay online, take requests. Oh, that was so unfortunate. So unfortunate. That is what we were talking about, mate. About Jenny taking advantage.
Just got the slipstream of Moo and Papa, and on that kink of the last bend onto the straight, just at the wrong time. It was just got that sucked straight up behind Moo and couldn't get anywhere. There was nowhere for her to go.
I would imagine what happened. I mean, we'll have to check later.
She's all over Botto again. She's all over Botto again. But she won't give up. Yeah.
Botto, he caught his inside wheel on the curb.
He's definitely trying to get away now. This is the thing. But still, they've got another.
He's got
GT4
traffic.
car here. So
it's now he's in the same position. He's in the middle of traffic. All that was is that Jenny, I think, got bulked on the apex of the corner by Moomin's car being there, and that meant that she lost the speed coming out onto the main straight.
2 pretty quick succession. A bit of a shame because the Group 4 cars are a bit strung out. You want 2 or 3 together in one little lump to make it really interesting.
You're after action. You're after jeopardy.
Yeah, we're after jeopardy, but they are fairly strung out. So. And they're all being very kind.
See, are you one of these people that likes something mixing the mix up?
Yeah, I do like the mix. Yeah, it makes it interesting. Well, I was looking forward to this. When I saw this message from Moo and asked me to come and join you this evening, and when I looked and it was mixed categories and races, I thought, oh yeah, that makes it a lot more interesting. Because sometimes you can get, in sports car racing when it's just the same group, it can get a little bit like F1 really. Following a leader once it gets you into a rhythm, but now you've got that level of jeopardy when you come across, and obviously you've got probably the top 3 here, maybe top 4, that are very similar pace. It could all change very quickly because they're quite close to each other, so if they get bulked by a slower car, it can change things very quickly.
Yes. And what was that race a few years ago in Formula 1? Right, I wanted to go back to the back again. I was trying to go through all the cars. So we were with All Alonatron, who's now 1:20 behind Jay. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I was just on board with Jay, and he was lapping, and just got caught out with his overspeed with the car of, I don't actually know who that is.
I think it was
that Moomin? Yes, that was Moomin. So we got over. I mean, we know Moomin's not going to be deliberately getting in the way.
No.
But
it's just unfortunate.
Moomin topped the rules in. He's got the racing line.
That's what you got to do. Is you don't have to. You just stick to your racing line. And it's up to the Group 3 cars to judge the correct time to pass. And I've just when you've been talking, I've been watching 1 or 2, and I think, God, crazy decisions they're making sometimes when they're deciding to go for a pass, but they're trying to gain every advantage that they can. So,
well, earlier you were saying about the drivers behind Jenny working together to catch her up, and I was thinking, but I was going to say, but I got sidetracked as usual, that, human nature doesn't work that way. We were talking about the way I was driving earlier before the stream started, and the change in the sort of approach that I've got to try and enjoy the game and just go out for a drive and enjoy what I'm doing. And the problem is you get sort of dragged into something, don't you? It's psychology, isn't it? You're sort of like, you're in the fight in front of you. You're not thinking of the long game. Think about Lewis Hamilton's first season. He would have been the world's first rookie world champion had he not been going, I want to win this race, I want to win this race at all costs. McLaren didn't help him because they should have been coaching him and looking after him. But that race in China where he would have won the world championship 4 races from the end of the season, and then he got that puncture and then he beached it on the gravel, was all down to, I want to win this race at all costs.
Yeah, that was where he lost it. But Ron Dennis he's never changed. So.
Oh, Ron Dennis. The bobber boy with his bomber jacket. Right, so let's go all on a Tron. Let's make sure I don't let your stream.
I'm going for a little while because all the leaders have just been passing, and he's been doing exactly the right thing, sticking to his line. Yeah. And everyone's been. Only Jenny sort of went for a bit of a manoeuvre that was a bit risky, but got away with it. And,
but I think that's because she's talent.
Hello, she's Tron. He's flashing his lights. Hello there.
And she's good.
Flash those lights.
And it's like getting your first win, isn't it? Anyway, I got as far back as all learn Tron, so now we're going to go back to Tyson, who's 16 seconds further back, and in a bit of a battle there with Peter from Poland. They're close to each other. Now everyone's on the racing softs. Now I have found in races I have watched, I was watching a plebs I was commentating on a plebs race at Monza, and some people were using my commentary as a way to dictate their strategy, which was great. It worked really well because they did a really good job with it. But the racing softs seemed to not wear hardly at all compared with the racing mediums, but was much quicker.
Yeah, so, sometimes the worn softs are like mediums sometimes. So it's just about managing them, really. I mean, going through the list, you can see. Let's look at Mikey. I mean, he's really doing well with his tyres. They're in great nick. Golden Botto, a bit on the rears there. Henry's pretty good for someone who's on a control pad, because that's usually what shows the excess of tyre wear when you're on a pad. But again, there's a little bit more there, but doing still very well.
It's the slip angle, isn't it? With the steering wheel, you can reduce the slip angle. Something I've noticed is if you let's go on board. Let's actually go on board with Tyson now. Now Tyson, we know, is a quick driver. He won the AM category of eDTM for the first series of eDTM. Now, just there, he oversteered compared with the grip. There, not so much because it's slower speed, and you got the screeching of the tyres, and the slip angle was greater, so that's wearing the tyres, and also it slows the car down. And something I've been trying to do, probably not successfully, but trying to do, is to minimise my steering input compared with the turning. But the thing is that sorry, go on.
No, I tell you what we'll do, Andrew, is what we are now. 35 minutes to go. Let's mention the charity we're racing for again today. The Palestine Children's Relief Fund. Don't forget, folks, I think Richie's put the links both in yours and
Richie's doing a great job
as well.
Magical Guinness Fairy.
Phil, anyone watching want to get involved or donate, please do so. And it's all about the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, which was established back in 1992 by concerned humanitarians in the USA to bring injured and sick children for free medical care they could not usually get locally. So if you want to find out more about that, you can also visit their website, www.pcrf.net.
You can see PCRF on the front of Peter from Poland's car right there, along with Burza. Now I always get this wrong because that's Burza. Diaco is Burza a German firm? Is it? Because people call it Bose these days, and it's like there's a lot of people saying Nike.
Yeah,
it's Nike.
I usually say Bose, but I just never knew what it was.
I've always said Burza, but it's like that. There's a reason for that. I spent a year living in Germany when I was 19 years old. You know, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're on board with this Porsche Cayman, following, and he's driving as fast as he possibly can. He's on the grass at every corner now. This brings another little stab of the steering. That we don't know who is on pad and who is on a wheel. If chat challenge, if you can tell us as we go along, is Peter from Poland on a wheel or on a pad? Because
come on, Dyko, you're putting us right about everything else. What else can you tell us?
I'm actually really pleased that Dyko wanted to see more of the cars at the back, because I mean, I don't know if you've watched many of my streams with these things, but I always try to go through. Yeah, Burza sound systems.
Every time I found that you think, right, I must go to the back, and then something happens again at the front.
Something happens at the front, and then Richie tells me off. This is the only
It's a bit
time.
like when we watch F1, we always went, oh, what's the damn director doing, you know, but it is difficult to try and make sure you see all the action.
Which is why it's great that I've been had the opportunity.
Richie's telling us there, Andrew, who's on a pad. Go up for it, Richie. Peter from Poland is on a pad, and we've got a pit stop from Mikey.
That's brilliant. Mikey's in the pits. Yep. And he's on softs. I pronounce it right. Richtig, stimmt, toll. Ich bin deine Kugelschreiber.
Let's see what he does.
What? Sorry, was that I was shouting German. What? Was ist? Was hast du gebabbelt?
So it'd be interesting if he goes back onto softs again, because he's been pretty good at managing those tyres, or will he go for mediums? And he's stayed on the softs. He's remained on those soft tyres, and he's up to 90, so he's virtually 97% of a full tank.
I think he's had an early pit stop there, because everybody else has got plenty of fuel left.
Yeah, so
that's a tyre stop, not a fuel stop.
Yeah, that was. So I was expecting it maybe 2 laps later.
So why has he refilled the tank fully? If you can only do 17 laps, half an hour. So okay, he's gone half an hour. So he's expected to finish the race. One stop strategy. Interesting concept.
Yeah. So you can now adjust for short shifting or adjust the power input, you know, on his dial. So
you enter a corner. You enter a corner. You go in too fast, or you got slightly wrong line, and then you try to turn more, and you get the slip angle increased. It wears the tyres. You slow right down, everything goes wrong. The best of us don't do that. The best of us don't do that. Now, I watch a channel on YouTube, a guy called Peter Windsor, who used to manage the Williams F1 team for donkey's years.
Yeah, and Cordell's in the pits. It's popped to see him.
Oh, well. Okay. So they're all jumping. They're all jumping.
But Botto and Jenny have both kept going, and Enra and everyone else.
That's interesting. Peter from Poland, huge tyre wear. It's interesting, the outside, the front right is worn the most. The right tyres are wearing more than the left tyres on this circuit. It is a left-hand circuit, so that makes sense. But his tyres are more worn, a lot more worn. Look at that SLS. I'm just going between Peter from Poland and Tyson from the United States of America. With a name like Tyson.
Peter from Poland's on a pad, that we know, doesn't it?
And I think Tyson's on a G29, I can tell you, because I've got
Latron is in the pits as well, the leader in the Group 4 category.
Woohoo!
He's wearing his right tyres out more than his left tyres, quite considerably compared to the others.
Well, Alonatron is on a G29 with a plate heat challenge. He's waiting for his Gran Turismo 7, his ACC on a PlayStation 5, as it was clunky on the PS4. A dad of 2 under 12, and he's been playing GT since 1998. Right, so who are we talking about
A
now?
Lonatron didn't fill his tank. He's gone back onto the softs again, so maybe he'll come back in. We'll see.
Oh, he's like 7/8 of a tank, isn't it? That's probably because they've all got plenty left. So Moomin, who's in 10th now, very worn tyres. He's got more than a quarter of a tank left, so they don't need the fuel to get to the end of this race. There's now more than half race time has gone. I'm interested in these times. Okay, so Moomin's been very consistent, and he's been getting faster, actually. So he started. He's what the hell? Oh my god, I hate this stupid everything.
Making that front right tyre work very hard.
His lap 8 was 151.586, and then he did 152. So some funny went on there. I think it's probably when he's been passed by people. 151. Well, no, lap 11, 154. That's when he was being passed by people and they were getting his way and messing about. So he's been very consistently around 151 all this time. Now that is actually really good. You know, for Moomin to sort of leap to another level, there's something that he needs to do, but he's consistent in the speed that he's doing. It's not like he's like looking out on laps, you know. He's able to do a consistent and fast time, and that's really good.
Just dropped into the 52s for the first time, but you expect that looking at his tyre wear now.
Oh, his tyres are shagged. Shagged being a technical term. Yeah. Shagged is a technical term for people who like smoking pipe. If you have a pipe.
Right, and Richie,
hold on.
Yeah,
No. Richie was just saying something.
Yeah, Cletus have put onto them, and Botto's in.
I couldn't hear a word Richie said there, I'm so sorry. Come on.
No, Richie, I can just about hear you, mate. As soon as you come on,
it's not your fault,
I
Richie.
just tell Andrew to shut up, and then I can hear you.
Tell Andrew to shut up, no one's ever done that before.
Right, here we go. Oh, and Mikey's just got him. Oh, right, so get onto the leader's route. So this is now right. There. So
he's now a second ahead. He's really got past, and he's
obviously
really...
Mikey's been out for about 3 laps now. You know, he was the first one to pit, and Golden Bottom was the last one, and he's very close to Mikey, so he'll have fresher tyres. So theoretically, by the end of the race, his tyres should be in a better condition. But we know Mikey's good on his tyres.
Now, Jenny, I'm telling you, love, what you need to do is, you can win this, you are capable, you're super fast. I've been watching you in eDTM, you're really good. However, you can also be on the podium. So, calm down, get yourself together. I'm doing what I do for Hugh Hatrick when he's on Taya streams. Calm down, be gentle on your throttle, gentle on your inputs, gentle on your brakes, and you will absolutely kill this. It'll be superb.
And at the moment she's bringing down the gap pretty quickly, and she's pulling away a little bit from Cordell, but I think just having to lap the power maxi there just has bulked her a little bit.
Well, she had to go down the inside of him and you know, take that. Those sort of left hand 90-degree bends are absolute gits. They really are. Trying to get it just right, I find very difficult indeed. Yeah. They're not sort of sweepers. They're sort of get your braking right. If you go too fast into them, you're hitting the wall or on the grass. If you go too slow into them, someone comes up the inside of you. It's very difficult to do.
On this particular track, it's just hitting apexes right, because a lot of them are almost right-angle corners. You know, it's looking at a funny-shaped square when you look at the track map. So, yeah.
Anyway, I want to go back. I want to complete my chance of giving people the chance. So we're on Ian, right, in his Aston Martin. Beautiful livery on that Aston Martin. Let's have a look.
Well, Ian's amongst the leaders anyway, so...
amongst the leaders of Group 4?
No, they're Group 3. They're all coming past him.
No, I clicked what you were saying way too late. Oh! I was watching that. But that has compromised him to Jenny. Now, Jenny, don't get excited. Don't get excited. Just keep ploughing in the laps. Keep ploughing in the laps.
He's had to stay behind.
Ian, no, you didn't have to. So Ian was trying to keep out of the way. Ian was trying to, but Ian is allowed to take the racing line. That's the rule. That's what it is. Jenny is pushing so hard on that pad. Oh my God, Diaco, tell me, mate, has Jenny got access to a wheel? Because if she hasn't, oh right, I just want to say hello in the chat to RTO Anderson. Thank you for joining us. Super duper to see you, mate. God, I sound Australian there. Super duper to see you, mate. Willamba Wonga. Why is Diaco retracting messages?
Yeah,
Simon, infos, please. What are you doing?
Yeah, so Mikey, because of what was going on there with Botto, is now 3 seconds ahead, so he's got a nice little cushion.
We knew Mikey's fast. Mikey's...
little gaggle of Group 4 cars here.
Oh, wow. Ian seems to get... seems to be being distracted. Oh, he's having a nightmare, mate. He's having a nightmare. He's trying to sort of reverse out and join the track safely, and not reverse out in front of people.
Yeah, I've just seen it.
But what it was is Cordell went past him, and that completely it just put him off. It put him off the corner, and that is a very difficult corner. It's a very strange corner. So
Diaco says Jenny has a wheel, but she is, like Diaco, used to the pad. I also have a wheel, he says, but drive with pad.
Well, okay, that's weird. When I got my Christmas present from some mad fella, I don't know who he is, but he may or may not be from County Cork, and he may or may not be winning this race at the moment. I don't know who he is. It might even be a girl.
Poor old Falcon in New Zealand there had a bit of a moan and spun out exactly where Ian was, I think, and he's always turned around nicely and got going again. Well done, mate.
He's having a met. Ian, go pit. Go pit now, mate. Your tyres are completely done. That's what it is. I think
he's trying to make those tyres go over a bit too long. He needs to get himself in there now.
Yeah, so he's not gaining anything. This is where it goes over the...
not.
I don't know if these cars have cliffs, but you know that's what it is. I'm predicting he comes in now.
You know, because you look at the wear of one side of the tyres, that's what's causing the problem there. He's done all right. He's in.
Straight in.
He's listening to you, Andrew.
Good
He's
lad.
listening to your advice.
Well, you know, people should, because I might be slow, but I do actually know what I'm talking about. Ask Hugh. If you watch Hugh's performance on... no, I'm not having that. I wasn't actually joking. If you watch... well, you know, shut up. If you watch Hugh on ACC, on Taylor Streams and all this kind of stuff, I'm his race engineer on most of the races he does. And he used to be impulsive. You know, he used to be, you know, like we've seen when Jack goes a bit nuts and all that kind of thing. And what would happen is it elbows Hatrick as he was... Oh! Power Maxi, Torsten outbraking himself into turn one. Easily done. Very easily done. Hugh used to be sort of fast, but the first lap of any given race, and when he first went on to Assetto Corsa Competizione, he was awful and he hated it. And then he found that it was improving his driving. He kind of came off ACC and went on to Gran Turismo, and he was faster. Because it is more like driving, and it makes you be a better driver and more precise. So that was great, but he is instinctively incredibly competitive and a real racer. So what was happening
get on to 10th and 11th, and this is really Moomin's really getting involved in a race here with DTM.
Moomin, yes, so he was nearly there. Oh, the wheels. Peter from Poland's on the gravel, on the grass. Moomin's keeping it clean. He's got the
Group 3 cars
overspeed.
trying to get past as well. This is what's making it interesting.
That was a lunge and a half.
M3 guy just wants to get past. This M3 guy just wants to get past.
Oh, it's M3 guy. Oh my Gideon! He just
Peter
went.
From Poland's flashing his lights. He's not happy. He's not happy
Not
with that
happy at all. So this goes back to the conversation we had earlier.
Lap 22. Remember that? We'll have a look at
Lap 22. We'll go back and have a look at that. So this is it. Goes back to what you were saying. That if it's not your fault, you take advantage. This is what we. I think it was it the Monaco Grand Prix? I can't remember who it was. Who was in a Toro Rosso, following people lapping, and because it looked like a Red Bull, they were getting out of the way and they took it, and they made up 3 or 4 places by following the leader.
Wasn't it when Verstappen was driving for Toro Rosso? Or am I getting confused?
Could be. It could be.
Yeah. Because he was then eventually...
no, Moomin's trying too hard. He's got on the grass. Oh, bit of a glitch, weird glitch, but he's got the inside line. Peter from Poland's got the inside line. Are we going to get the switch back? We've got the switch back. What the hell? What the hell? Has he got the line through the last corner? Yes, he has. Oh my goodness, this is fantastic.
It's just got a good top end though, that Lambo has got good top end.
It's a powerful car, that V10,
yeah.
but Peter from Poland, has he outbraked himself? He's outbraked himself and he's off.
He's kept it pointing in the right direction.
Oh, he's kept it pointing, but he's lost 2.5, 3.
It's a shame.
3.1.
Because he's got the handling and the brake, you know, when you time your brakes right, he's got the handling. The trouble is, he doesn't get the point where he can come out of the slipstream until right at the end of the straight because of that sort of lack of power, really.
Oh my goodness, so he lost himself a good 3.7 seconds in that sort of trying to... This is the psychology of it. I've always been interested in psychology of racing. Ever since I was following... you know, Schumacher, DC, Hakkinen, all these kind of people saying that DC was too kind and too much of a gentleman, and I watched him change his racing and get better and better and better all through his career in Formula 1, and it just got me interested. What is this mindset of a racing driver? How is Jackie Stewart, who's one of my heroes, his autobiography, talking about the mindset of a competition, top competitive sportsman? Because that he had an advantage over other people because he was already a top international competitive sportsman in clay pigeon shooting. He was.
Yep. He doesn't matter what sport. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He had the mindset already, the maturity. So when he went into racing, he already understood. He already knew how to manage his own thoughts to not do something stupid. And God, he was good.
Flick it to 8th, Andrew, might be a good idea because
cool. Yep.
Tyson's being caught by Alonatron because Alonatron has not got the lead of the Group 4 race at the moment because
so
I don't think Tyson has pitted yet. Tyson still is not pitted. He is coming
but
close to
look
the
at
point.
his tyres. His tyres are... He's got 16 minutes left. He's trying to go to the end of the race.
I don't think you can try and do that. I think he's just trying to get to a point where he doesn't have to put much fuel in and get fresh tyres, and then he can come out and really attack hard. So, but the trouble is,
what's the pit lane loss in this?
It's not as big as other. Alonatron's pushing too hard because he's now whacked himself into the barrier. But he can see Tyson now. He's 2 seconds behind. And Tyson's been very kind to all of the Group 3 cars. He keeps slowing down and letting them pass. If he just kept to his line, he'd be all right. And that's what's allowing Alonatron to catch him up. And Alonatron can see.
Yeah, but there's going to be like a 20
excited.
second. There's going to be a 20-second loss, whatever happens here.
Yeah.
Even if he just, he changes, he's got to change his tyres.
So let's just go to Moomin. How far the gap is it? See, he'll come
he's
out
34, so he's going to come out ahead. So he's going to be second. Just to remind everybody, you get points for the top 7 in each category. The points are, if you just give me a second, 21, 18, 15, 12, 9, 6 and 3 points. Okay, so it seems that we have a potential
3 points for pole position in each category as well, I do believe.
Oh, no, 2
2
points for pole position as well, yes, of course. Right, I just want a few shout outs from my chat. We have Stephen Scott, Mr. Scotty, has popped in to hit a like and then
Scotty and Flash
bugger off.
Well,
Before Scotty ever turned up, though. However, Shirality and Race 14, Don. Doug. God, okay, the D-Max is Don. Race 14 is Doug. I know these things. Why did I say the wrong word? Okay, Doug is with us. Thank you so much for being here. You're awesome, all of you. Diaco said Ian Pitt always pits late.
Right at the same time he's catching Tyson, so this could get a little bit feisty.
Oh, he's pushing hard though. Alona's on, he's pushing so hard on the grass. But this is overdriving, you see. If people don't understand it. Oh, and also they've got to get out of the way. That's who is that? It's not M3 guy.
That's Enra coming past.
Enra in the M6. I keep expecting the M3 guy to be in a BMW. It's stupid. I know he's in a Lambo, but it's nuts.
So I agree with you now, Andrew. I don't got anything. Tyson is trying to keep going to the end of the race. That's what I was thinking, Richie. If the pit stop is mandatory, I'm not. I can't remember.
Is it though? I don't remember reading anything that the pit stop's mandatory.
No, I don't remember saying anything about mandatory.
Racing soft, racing mediums. Fuel is 2 times, and so's tyre wear. You've got to be in the list of cars.
Oh, an M3 guy again is trying to get past the lone. Here he comes again. He's trying to barge his way past.
This is one of these things though. He's now 0.3 of a second behind him. There's GT3 cars in the mix.
Yeah.
Moomin's 38 seconds behind. This is not helping. This was the advice that I gave to the world, but the person in pleb racing who listened to it, so much more grip. Just so much more grip. Must have been listening to my stream and then did it, and it was that if they'd have pitted, it was one of these things a bit like Lewis Hamilton this last year, where if you know that one where he pitted in between the 2 times he needed to pit in one of the not the ultimate race, but one of the earlier races. And
Lotron just got past, so really now say no.
Yeah, I was covering that.
He's got red. His fuel is flashing red, so there's no way he's going to make 11 minutes. He's got to come in.
It was a case of sort of pit earlier, get better tyres, get fuel. So there you go. Let's see how much fuel he puts in.
Look at those lap times, though. Very consistent.
And the tyre wear was just incredible. That SLS, I'm telling you, mate. The thing I like about one of the things I like about the SLS is it's not turbocharged. So it's not peaky.
Yeah. So no, exactly. So no torque there to too much worry about.
It's like Gordon Murray, one of my heroes. He never wanted a turbocharged engine. I mean, the 6R4, which is one of my favourite cars, was not turbocharged. So he's only put quarter of a tank in. But he's 26 seconds behind. 10 minutes to go. It's not going to happen. This is the problem. This is the strategy thing.
Yes, Richie. There we go. So Mikey still got a good couple of seconds ahead of Golden Botto, and Golden Botto is 3 seconds ahead of Jenny, and then Jenny's 8 seconds ahead of GLR Cordell, and then GLR Cordell is 7 seconds ahead of Dublo Pace, our friend from South Africa. Enra's nearly 3 seconds back from there. M3 guy is last of the runners of the group 3, is another 5 seconds back, so they're fairly spread out now. So
I have to say though, the first 3 are all close enough to be on the home straight together with 10 minutes to go.
Just a little mistake. If they come across the back markers again before the end of this race, could
change everything.
And they are
Cordell, as you say, there's a bit of a nice gap between Jenny from Köln with the mountains and the vine and Liebhabermilch and the big Fluss Main. Köln am Main. That's Cologne on the Main, the River Main. She's got a podium if she just keeps it together. Keeps the pink Lamborghini going.
Right, you keep an eye on the race, and if it gets exciting, just stop me. But we're just remind us we're like less than 10 minutes to go. Don't forget, folks, about the charity the guys are racing for tonight. It's the PCR. F1. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't read it from my laptop's far too far away from me. PCRF. Palestine
put your glasses
Children's
on.
Relief Fund. I've got my glasses on, but the laptop's too far away and the writing's too small. So they're racing these guys tonight for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, established back in 1992 by concerned humanitarians in the USA to bring injured and sick children the free medical care they could not get locally. Obviously, if you want to find out more information, go to www.pcrf.net, and the link is both in my stream and Rue's stream, which you've been doing brilliantly for if you wish to donate.
Richie,
Thanks a lot, folks.
aka the Magical Guinness Ferryman from Dublin in the Republic of Ireland era. That is never said like that in any place ever apart from England doing comedy accents. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. Freedom of speech. Right, I'd like to point out that if anybody wants to stop children being murdered by anybody in particular, maybe start campaigning instead for a sort of entrenched political view, maybe lobby for humans to stop being shite to each other. Just a thought, you know. I mean, you know, if someone bombs your building and sticks a missile into it, you get angry because all your kids and your mother's dead, then maybe you think of retribution and then you go and bomb somebody else, and it kind of like ends up being a vicious cycle of these things. So maybe if everyone would get this idea of maybe not being shit to each other regardless, it would be a good idea. So campaign about that whilst looking after our little children that have been suffering in the way that they are suffering, and everybody else. That's just a thought, you know, rather than just entrenching yourself in some particular ideal, saying they're to blame. Just realise we're all human and we're all a bit crap, and stop being crap. Thank you very much. I'm here always.
Richie, speak, mate, because I can hear you just about.
And also contribute. Gits, all you horrible, smelly people. Love you. No. No. Well, it's a charity race. We're making a statement by having a charity race. We're stating we support the charity, and I support the idea of not killing people so that children end up needing a charity. Well, I just made one. I made a statement. Stop killing people!
Right then, back to first place.
Richie, silence!
Mikey.
They kill you!
Mikey is first and Botto is catching.
What are you? Thought police? What is this? I am only trying to be nice people in my neighborhood. Anyway, I've got Power Max. Right, we're going to sit on board with Power Maxi for a little bit.
Get up front, Andrew. Get up front.
Oh God, no! I'm always up front. There's no one there. 1.2 seconds. There's loads of time.
I'll stay up front then.
You stay up front. You talk about up front. I'm going to sit on board with Falconer, who has not had any airtime whatsoever, and he's my favourite person because he likes, and I quote, Farscape and Babylon 5. Hopefully he doesn't like Series 5 of Babylon 5 because it's
Dude has gone into the pits.
Who? Ooh.
Yeah, must
That's
have nearly
weird.
run
Well,
out
go
of
there.
fuel.
Okay, that's...
So
yeah,
just
ran out of
misjudged,
fuel. But
yeah,
his tyres,
misjudged
look at his tyres. Look at the state of his tyres is superb.
Yeah, but he'd already pitted, I think. I think he'd already pitted.
Did he not put fuel on?
I might be wrong.
Did he not put fuel on?
Do you think he's already pitted? I thought I'd already seen him go into the pits. No, I don't think he put enough in.
Can you translate what he just said?
I think Richie's saying we think he's already pitted, so it's just say he didn't get his amount of fuel right. So, which is easy to do, especially if you pit reasonably early. You can.
Right, on my stream, I'm going back on a lap chart.
You sometimes can't always go back far enough, mate, according to Richie.
Well, there was a bit where he did drop some places on lap... It doesn't even bloody tell you. Lap 18.
That'd be about right then, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Other people were pitting around that time, so yeah, lap 18 is definitely...
Even Mikey's getting low. I mean, he's got to start... I think that's why why Golden Botto's actually making progress onto because
lap
he's
34,
having to just manage
3 minutes, 3.5 minutes to go, so he's going to be fiddling with his fuel mixture.
Yeah, and it's now starting to flash red. It is flashing red. And poor old cars, he's just getting out of the way of people, bless him.
Jenny, who has just under a quarter of a tank left, plenty of fuel to get to the end, may end up in second. She's 6.4 seconds behind Golden Botto. So Jenny, if you're listening, you could end up a second if you just keep it together. You're 8.6 seconds ahead of Cordell, who is a Brit.
She's saying bow finger, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
That's what it is. It's like don't overdrive, don't overdrive. There's nothing to be gained. Don't take risks going past GT4 cars. There's nothing to be gained.
Saying that, I usually spin.
Yeah, Sod's Law. Sod's Law and human doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Oh, Power Maxi is on the grass. Rally driving.
I can't believe if Mikey can even do another lap. Oh, and he's now putting it onto the grass.
Weird thing, because Thorsten, Power Maxi, his tyres are really... Well, he's outside. His right front is very warm. The other's a bit warm. Quite...
2 laps in this.
But he's got just under half a tank of fuel. It's really weird. So I'm guessing Thorsten's on a pad.
Mikey's still going through. He's risking it. He's risking it.
So Falconer.
But there's 2 laps here. There's got to be surely 2 laps, unless he can slow it down. But he's got to slow it down. The lap times they're normally doing by about 20 seconds, and that's impossible. Because Bottom will just get past.
What we're talking about here is he's either going to just scrape second, or he's going to be third. That's his choice.
I don't know even if he'll do that. Because if he has to come into the pits, or if he has to come into the pits. Yeah, you're right, mate.
So what we're talking about here is that if he'd leaned his fuel out earlier, he might have made it to the end in second. As it is,
Rich, you just politely asked you if you put it back to the
leaders,
mate, for this last lap.
I actually heard that. So what we've got here is that if he'd have come in, this is a sort of a this is where, if anyone's watching, this is where Tic Tacs really are at. Okay, so if Mikey had put maybe a tiny bit more fuel in, obviously, or come back in, leaned his fuel out a lot more, and assuming that he had it on full power for a while.
But so far, this is amazing driving by Mikey. If he pulls this off, I will be...
Honestly, right, listen, this is something I've said about Mikey in several series, that Mikey's a real fighter. In a race, he's superb.
I can't believe it. No, I don't think he has, Richie, but... he's made a mistake.
What did Richie say?
Botto's gone past. That doesn't make any difference now, and I think his fuel's gone. His fuel is gone.
Yeah, he's lost. And this is what I was saying. It would be it would be a case of if he'd leaned it out further, if that was his option. We can't see the fuel mixture, so he's now in third.
So some cars are already finishing because of the time.
This is it. He's going to be way down the stream. So he's 18 seconds ahead, but he's not going to be able to get to the end of the lap.
They're finished. He's got third. Mikey's got third. Because they've finished fourth, because they didn't get across the line in time, they're finished. So fourth, fifth, from fourth downwards, they're going to be finished. So he's lucky to get his podium.
And that's honestly, that's because of the weirdness of the game. That's the weirdness of the game.
That's because
I've seen this in so many series, which is really bizarre. Pleb series, life, all this kind of stuff.
They would continue. Obviously, in real life, this would continue, and obviously cars would overtake them. But because in Gran Turismo, for some reason, just because you're further back and you don't get within the time, you've finished, which is a bit. I think is a bit of a glitch.
Glitch. It's just bad programming.
So here comes
it's just
Golden
awful.
Botto. Here he comes. Oh, Lonatron's made a big mistake there. Oh no. But he's still first in his category. Here comes Golden Botto.
But okay, so work this out. Why is a Lonatron not finished? Is it so a Lonatron in eighth? Yeah, but it's in eighth, whereas in third. That makes no sense at all.
And it must have been where they were on the track.
It just makes no sense at all.
Exactly.
So Mikey's the only one on the track.
And he's still going. And then,
bit of info about Thorsten. Just a bit of info about Thorsten that's been given to me on the chat challenge. Thorsten is on a pad, so the wear he's got on those tyres is actually really good, considering that he's on a pad, and the pad, as we know, creates a hell of a lot more wear on the tyres. Ian ended up last. He had all sorts of problems earlier on. He was doing really well and all sorts of problems. I don't know if we can.
We're just watching Mikey. He's going to get there. He is going to get there. He's got 45 seconds.
What the hell? And then I just want to point out.
He's shaking the fuel in the tank. He's shaking the fuel in the tank. He's trying to get home.
Go side to side. We are in. I'm on board with the green and white of my favourite racer in this, though. Mikey is definitely up there, and Jenny is up there because she just did an awesome job, and she's from Corn, and I like Corn, even though I've never actually walked around the city. I like the look of it on the way through in the train 31 years ago. 32 years ago. Falconer, who likes Babylon 5, Farscape, and Star Trek, and some Doctor Who's, just like me, not all of them. So there we go.
Confirmed.
Golden Botto has won. That's not a shock because he's super fast. But we want to find out. Oh, we got Neil Wright. Don't know who Neil Wright is. Oh no, I do. That's Neil Seal. No, that's Neil Seal. I do know who Neil Wright is. That's Neil Seal. He's saying, well done, Golden Botto, Pony and Mikey for GT3 Championship. So I'm going to have somebody needs to tell me who's won the GT4. Simon?
That will be a Lonatron.
A Lonatron. Second?
Yeah. GRT, that's our Titan friend.
Tyson, excellent. And third, sir?
Is the host with the most, Moomin.
Oh, excellent. That's fantastic. Right, I've brought up the results. So this is the results. First is Golden Botto with a total time of 1 hour, 1 minute and 27 odd seconds. Then we have Pony 1692, which is our Jenny in a Huracan GT3. Then we have Mikey with a very empty tank of fuel. If it was the FIA, they'd be pulling him up in front of things and fining him for not having a fuel in the tank. Cordell, N Reveal, M3 guy, and then J Lopez from South Africa. Then the winner of the GT4 category is Elonatron in his Cayman GT4 Club Sport, followed by Tyson TNT 2000 in his SLS, very nice car, I like that, followed by Moomin Papa in his Huracan GT4, Peter from Poland FM78 in his Cayman GT4 Club Sport, followed by Thorsten on his pad in his GT4 Cayman. Then Falconer in his GT Cup That was his mistake. He chose a TT, followed by Ian in his V8 Vantage Aston Martin. But a heroic effort, because, you know, he had problems, and he still did a hell of a lot better than I would ever do.
He decided to go for that risky strategy of trying to go all the way through, didn't he? But sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. And fastest lap goes to GLR Mikey with a 140.162, and that was on lap 7.
So, you do a bit of talking while it's showing the screen of people doing things, while I go and do wee-wee. And then we'll come back, and after this short break, where our sponsors will tell everyone about our charity without my apparently political thing. I mean, I would like to dispute
how about
the idea
I do that now while you go for a pee.
Yeah, but I'm finished. The thing is that I would like to dispute the idea that not killing everyone that you come across is a political statement. Name a political party in my absence that advocates murdering everybody and leaving children homeless and parentless, and I would accept that it is a political thing. Just saying. I'm off. Goodbye.
Go and have a pee.
Pee-pee. Is that Moomin?
It is indeed, my friend. It is indeed.
Woohoo!
Fantastic race. I want to say to whoever's in the chat, thank you very much for watching. That was a brilliant race. It really was. I really enjoyed every moment of that.
It was. You were involved in a great little battle there at one point with Peter of Poland. We were enjoying that.
Yeah, that was a proper battle. He's great. He is. He won't give an inch, but he's a good, fair, clean guy. You know what I mean? But he won't give you an inch. You've got to work for it.
We saw that a lot in as well. Like I said, we saw that in the Group 3 race with our South African friend. Even though 2 people in front of him had an accident, he'd said, "Oh no, double a pacer. I won't go past." Like I said to Anderson, "Well, I wouldn't have done that. That's their fault. I would have driven straight past." But even he, so there you go. It's how it is sometimes.
Yeah. Certainly is. Yeah, that's epic.
It's annoying when you can't put congratulations and write everyone. It won't let you write anything.
No. I was just about to say thank you. Double place, but yeah. My teammate, but he's left just. Yeah, great race, everybody. Yes.
Falconer. Ah, right. So that was in the Group 4, so he did actually do it. And he finished 13th, wasn't it, I think, if I remember rightly?
Oh.
Yeah, I can see it in the chat now, so he says his no stop didn't work. Well, it's... I don't know if it was compulsory, whether they have to do a pit stop or not. No, but it just shows you it just takes far too much pace off, doesn't it? It's tyres just can't cope with that.
No.
Though even Mikey, I give him credit for what he was trying to do. He just probably pitted a lap too early. If he'd have pitted a lap later. But also, he didn't fill the tank. If he'd have filled the tank, it'd have been alright.
Ah, right.
I think he was doing things like that. I think, you know, for those two, when we got onto the leaders there, he was definitely, you know, his inputs were changing. He was doing different things. And that's when I thought by then Botto was just going to go past, but it didn't seem to happen. So, but yeah, it was a very, very interesting race. It makes it interesting with 2 different classes. It makes it a lot more interesting.
I think it does.
Yeah, and it's just a shame because, like I say, it's only 16. Obviously, there's me and Rue here in here. So then you have to take us out of the equation. You can then only have 14 cars on the track, which is a shame. It's a shame we can't get around that somehow, being able to commentate on it and allowing, you know, so we don't have to be in the room. But it's a bit, yeah. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the only trouble. It's a delay all the while. Yeah. That's when I first, you know, the first time I did it with Rue, when my PS4 kept playing up and on the internet connection, I was relying on YouTube, and everything was happening about 5-10 seconds before I knew. So.
What I'm doing here tonight, I only have the tablet in front of me and the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before something happens.
Yeah, like Paramax, you said, thank you to Movie for hosting this fantastic event. All in the name of charity, as we see.
It is indeed. The children. The children.
So,
That's what it's for, really.
yeah.
For the Palestinian children.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, across the world, children have very little, no choice about their futures.
Exactly.
And that's why this is such a good charity.
Sadly,
because
it's something that the human race never seems to learn from, does it? You know,
Hold on. Aren't you being political?
Shut up, Andrew.
Unfortunately, every charity is political, so regardless of that.
Yeah,
But the bottom line is that it is, yeah. But I mean,
The unfortunate thing is that every charity is necessary.
to do what you can
That's
for all kids around the world.
That's always the thing, isn't it? When we look at every charity, it's all necessary when it shouldn't be.
And it shouldn't
It's
be.
like when old Captain Tom doing all that raising money, it shouldn't have been necessary. You know, and
I mean, one of the things that I with the plebs thing, they do. Obviously, I've been doing charity races with the plebs for a while, and one of the ones, because there's a lot of ex-servicemen in the plebs, and it was a case of, you know, help for heroes, and I've got a lot of ex-servicemen friends. And my dad was in World War II, and I made a statement that you get the likes of Theresa May standing next to the Help for Heroes, you know, saying, "Oh, isn't it great how this charity works?" And it's like, well, what a hypocrite! You're sending these lads and lasses off to die and get maimed, and then not looking after them when they come home, and then crowing at how wonderful this charity is. Looking after the people that you refuse to pay for, and it's just, and it's not a sort of conservative Labour thing. They're all doing it. They're all
it's
saying
been
it
going
doesn't
on.
matter
It's
what
been going
government
on
is.
ever since World War One and so forth.
Absolutely.
Hasn't
Crimean War,
Hasn't
Boer
changed.
War. They send people off to die and to kill people, and then they go, "Oh, it's terrible, all this death, isn't it?" And this is my point. My point is, it's the human race seems to have this incredible ability to be a bit crap, a lot crap, and then make hay out of it. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. So which is one of my favourite things is Doug.
Sorry,
No, I was
sorry,
going to say
Andrew,
this is one of my favourite statements about politics in the universe is from Douglas Adams, when he's describing the nature of the position of President of the Galaxy. Which is that they figured out a long time ago that anyone that's capable of persuading other people to put them in charge is the last person in the galaxy that should ever be allowed to be in charge. And it's so true. It's just true. You know, it's frightening. Carry on.
Did we want to watch the replay? Or
Absolutely. What are you talking about? I mean, if you want to go,
Well,
everybody wants to go.
I just noticed you'd left the room, so that's what.
I've left the room and I'm now on the replay.
Crikey. Okay.
Oh, you're watching it from now. I see what you mean.
Well,
Of course, yes.
what's been okay? So for anyone
I
that's
can't
wondering,
watch a replay from here, can I? I forgot about that.
for anyone that's been wondering, but has watched my streams before, is that at this point we go to the chat and to anybody else. I've not figured out whether or not we should be doing. I was going to ask you guys, because we have organisers, proper organisers, the dream team, in our voice chat in the party, whether we can interview people if people want to get into the party and be verbally interviewed. I've got no problem with doing that if that's what people want to do.
Oh, Falcon's reminded me, lap 21-22 incident. Yep.
Lap
We won't forget that as the
21-22.
one we remember. Yeah.
Okay, don't forget that. So we have time. I'm not going anywhere. It's not like I've got a
Are
job.
we going 3, 2, 1 and press the button at the same time? So we're watching it at the same time. So we're sort of within. I'm ready to
Sounds
press the
very complicated.
button.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, okay, so this is where having two commentators makes it for streaming at the same time makes it very complicated.
But are you in your replay library yet? Are you ready?
I'm sat waiting at the beginning, and all I was going to do is to ask people what they want to see. That's how it works. It's not what I want to see.
Right. So
it's
you've pressed
what
play
people.
already, have you?
No, I'm not pressed play. I'm just waiting at the beginning, ready to press play.
Okay, I've got the button on play ready to go. You tell me when you press it, and I'll press it. Yeah, I know, Richie, but it's fun this way.
Okay, before we do anything, I would like to say that. So we've got people in my chat. We've got Dyko saying night night, and thanks for commentating.
Yeah, cheers.
Our
Dyko,
pleasure.
take
It's
care.
always great. Chirality's telling us to get on with it. Let's put Monty Python. He's also put some political statements. And I would like to say, Chirality, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I actually completely agree with you. So, stops me getting an earache, even in a tiny little pixie voice.
Yes.
So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, but I'm still going to say it. This is my stream.
That's what we'll stick with that. It's the PCRF channel charity.
Yes, I mean,
I don't want us to keep going on about anything else as such, my friend, because I want to keep it specific. What everyone's done tonight, drivers-wise, they've done this to raise awareness and to do what they can. I know a few of these drivers as well. Quite a few of them actually have all put in as well. So I want to thank them all for their generosity as well, because it's important. Children don't get a chance. They don't always get a look in on their futures. And it's really important that we remember this.
Can you do me a favour, Richie? Just put the charity link in my Discord.
I think he's been doing that, has he not?
He has, if he has done it. I haven't had a chance to do it myself yet, so...
No, he's done it several times. He's done it several times.
Yeah,
He's been doing that all the way
I know he's
through.
done it in the chat, but just in the Discord as well.
Oh, in the actual Discord. Sorry, brain.
Yeah.
Do apologise. Discord.
And then,
It just
I can
filtered out.
sort that from there.
Right. So
I'm pressing play.
we want to be looking at the beginning. Is that what we're starting with?
Yeah.
Fine. Okie dokie. So we're on. We always tend to miss the beginning because of the way this thing works. So here we go. We are focused on Jenny, and I'm going to press play. Are you ready to go, mate? So
It is loading.
I'll count.
See, I'm loading at the moment.
Okay, tell me when you're ready, and I'll count us down into saying 3, 2, 1,
Okey-dokey.
play. When I say play is when it's gonna happen. Let me know.
Loading. Right, we're going. Keep going.
Okie dokie. Right.
The grid is now coming up for me, telling me the grid. And everyone's flashing their lights. And I'll tell you when the red lights go out. And here we go. Go, 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 go!
Go. She got a very good start, didn't she? Very good indeed. Golden Botto got an excellent start. Mikey got a slightly better start. All three of those pulled away from everyone behind them. Jenny got a great line into the first corner.
The back
And
three.
That left
Group three
Golden Botto and Mikey fighting for second place. Bordell had already lost a little bit of time there, but was catching up. And a little gap was left between his first 4 and then 3 guy.
Moomin was barging his way past everyone.
Steady, yeah.
I was waiting for someone.
Well, hold on, let's see. We can check.
Taking advantage of everyone's mistakes, that's what he was doing.
Let's go back to Moomin. There's Moomin. If we want to see what Moomin's doing, let's find
He's
out.
holding everyone up by the looks of it. They're all in a train behind him.
Oh, that's nasty. Right, okay, so I'm on board with Moomin. We've
Blame
got
the four-wheel drive system with a
follow
Lambo.
cam.
Got Peter from Poland.
Is that a four-wheel drive then, the Hurricane? Or is it two-wheel drive?
Group 4 is.
Okay.
Group 4 is four-wheel drive. The Group 3 is two-wheel drive.
Excellent start. Coming up on the inside of the SLS of Tyson. And on the outside, Power Maxi has out-dragged both of you from further back. But you've got the inside line here, mate. Oh, no, but you were sensible on the brake. Excellent. Sensible. Right, let's just have a look at that again from the point of view of Power Maxi. Because absolutely superb start from Power Maxi. You went down the inside of Tyson. Power Maxi goes down the outside of Tyson. For some reason was trying to close in on Power Maxi, on Tyson, and then totally screwed up that first corner. Just oversteered and everybody went back past him. And this is what we're talking about. Ian kept it clean from the back. It's like all that good work totally screwed. Wonderful. Oh, look at the argy-bargy in front between Pete from Poland.
Ooh, Power Maxi on. Well, I'm on lap 2 now, but yeah, big moment.
This is going to be a real problem coordinating the two things we're watching.
Yeah, it is.
It's not going to be possible.
No.
Okay,
shall we flick it forward to that? Well, that's what I'm going to do. Lap 21, 22, and I'll just go and see what happened.
So, what would lap 21?
Lap 21 to 22, so lap 21 we've got to get to.
Okay, I'm going to be flicking forwards. We don't know if... Lap 8. Oh, 14, my thumb's hurting now. Okay, who were we meant to be following? Who was it?
Falconer asked about it, lap 21. But there was some. Who was it? It was between. Oh, it was Moomin, wasn't it?
So, are we going to be on board with Moomin?
Yeah. Cool, yeah, that's right, okay. So he's got Peter from Poland behind him, and there's Group 3 cars there as well.
Right, so I'm going from lap 20. I'm on board with...
I'm at the end of lap 20. Do you want me to go back to the beginning?
Cordell has just overtaken him into the last corner.
Yeah, okay.
Peter from Poland is... it doesn't give us times, naturally. Now, we've been getting a very consistent set of times from Mr. Moomin Papa, the old man from Bristol, no, not Bristol, West Country Light, with trees and things, isn't it? Is it Bristol?
Gloucester.
Excellent. Gloucestershire. So you got those like things in the trees on the A449, right? On the Forest of Dean.
Not far from the Gloucestershire and
that far from Gloucester. Simmons Yacht. Simmons Yacht, where they got the
hill close to us. That's a hill climb, but yeah.
So we're looking backwards on my stream from Moomin Papa, part of the Dream Team. Peter from Poland on his pad, weaving all over the road, trying to distract him. Good old fashioned. So they've all got plenty of fuel. They've all got pretty good.
So this is where our old Dubler pace comes through.
That's right.
Does it cleanly.
So he's just gone down the inside of Peter from Poland, down the inside of Moomin. He's a bit ahead.
There's a good run on Moomin here.
Takes that corner much better. He's on the inside for this right-hand bend. Okay, so okay, I'm going to go back a little bit now and take it from Peter from Poland. He's got the inside. He's approaching this corner, gets pretty good line, he hits close to the apex. Go back to Moomin, but Moomin has got a better line in because he was wider going into the corner. Right up the arse.
So are you still back at the end of lap 21?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're both entering the last corner.
Yeah. So as I go to this, obviously
Enra is just gone down the inside.
It's coming up to them, yeah, and then
Moomin's got a good slipstream. He's on the outside line into the first corner.
And then Moomin's gaining that. Then can gain
again.
Slipstream from Enra. I think what almost pulls you to Peter from Poland. Oh, so he goes on. He gets his tyres on the dust.
Yep, bit of oversteer there, bit of fishtailing because of that. Ends up on the grass on the inside.
Here comes it.
Moomin.
Have you got to the point where M3 guy catches him up?
Right, so I've got frozen on my screen the entry to the corner 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe 3, 4 where M3 guy suddenly appears from 7th position. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on board with M3 guy and I'm going to go back a little bit.
Yeah.
So he's approaching this little battle here, and M3 guy decides he's catching him fast.
He says, "Well, I'm going to come through here."
And this is the thing: he's got so much more downforce. He's got so much more downforce. He can just take that corner so much faster. So he's gone round the outside of Moomin.
Well, let's ask Moomin. What did he think? Because he was trying to concentrate on overtaking Peter from Poland. Were you aware he was even there?
I'm trying. So sorry. Say again. Because I was just on the chat there.
Yeah. Were you aware that M3 guy was there when you were trying to get past Peter from Poland? Is that what sort of put you off trying to go for the manoeuvres? Suddenly seeing him appear.
Yes. Yeah. So sometimes, I mean, as much as I said that, you know, obviously the Group 4 drivers will have that priority, so they can maintain the racing line. They're perfectly entitled to maintain the racing line. Up to the Group 3 drivers to make a clean pass or as fair a pass as they can. You're also a bit aware of the fact that, okay, you know, if I go for a move here, I'm actually going to go for a move, block someone else, and it could get a bit messy. Also, he might not be able to stop in time, tap me, I could tap, it could get messy. So I just thought, yeah, safest thing.
Especially when you get that blue flag thing come up, doesn't it? Yeah, it sort of puts you off a little bit.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely, because you're aware that something's there. You're constantly looking in your mirror as well whilst you're driving, because you think, how close are they? And you're looking at your map.
Because sometimes they're nowhere near you, are they? And you think, what the hell am I getting a blue flag for?
That's right, they're about 5 seconds away, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, the blue flags are well ahead, aren't they? Well ahead.
And sometimes you don't get one until they're right on your arse. And you think, they're about as consistent as the penalties on here.
Yeah. So you try to do your best not to sort of get in the way, but yeah, it's tricky. It is tricky sometimes. But
it's weird. I'm just looking at over this course. It's approximately 10 seconds a lap. You know, difference.
Yes. Yeah, between Group 3 and Group 4.
That's a lot. That's quite a lot. Though it's a big course, so you know. What happens here on my stream is that it goes around. M3 guy goes around the outside of you, and that you know, that's fine. It's clean. You've obviously got a bit out of the way as well. Peter from Poland is approaching the next corner. He's not got anywhere near the apex, but he's taking it as best as he can. And then he gets slightly tapped by M3 guy. So I'm just going to... So, you know, M3 guy's taking a bit of... You've taken the apex in the first corner, and then there's a tap halfway around the corner 4. Oh, and again. Well, and that allows you, Moomin, to sort of get a bit of a run on...
From Peter.
Yeah. It's sort of... It compromises Peter's entire... He's defending against you. He gets a wide line into the first corner of the chicane. Gets tapped once. Then again as
three
M3.
times a lady.
He comes a charm, maybe, but no, it's not this time, is it? No.
I have to say though, you were already, because of the line you'd taken, you already had an overspeed exiting that corner, so you would have passed him anyway. I don't think it made any difference. So I don't actually think there's anything to sort of... I'm going to take it from Peter from Poland's sort of perspective now. So he's overspeeded into the first part of the chicane, which compromises his entry into the second part of the chicane, and he's sliding. That then... Yeah, it screws up his exit, so you were going past him anyway, mate. You're going past him anyway, so there's no dodginess going on there. It was just a good battle, I think. It just to stay ahead of you, he was overspeeding into the first part of that very difficult chicane. Everyone, including me, goes into that chicane way too fast, which compromises the exit every time.
Just catching up with you now.
3 people watching me now. There was only 1 a minute ago, and that's me. Oh, and then okay, so a few corners later, you're obviously pushing hard, and then you end up on the grass, exiting one of those right-handers, left-handers. Sorry. Oh, I know that one. Oh, the chicane of death, I call that. The wiggles. Yeah. Oh! Which then enters one of the left-handers. Oh, how's it right-handers? Oh my God. So Peter goes up the inside of you, but you're taking the proper line, which means you get a good drive out of it.
Yep.
Which means you can then take a proper line into the main straight.
Well, obviously, I mean, there are certain lines you would take. I mean, Simon also knows, obviously, there are certain lines you would take. I'm staying a little bit left there because I am sort of trying to defend that position as such. I then go to the right because obviously I want to try and get as much as I can through that corner. Peter comes through because he's also got that slipstream effect. So he's got that coming through. As that slipstream bites in, he's coming past a lot quicker than what you normally would do. So it's a really tricky thing to remember to then...
Into corner one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Overspeed into corner one.
Catch you at the overspeed and you think, oh, I brake where I normally brake. It's like, ah!
Except
when you're on the inside there, on the
back
outside,
end goes.
You've got natural markers on the right hand side, haven't you, on the outside? Which you can sort of like got the 100 board, haven't you? You can notice it a lot easier when you're on the
when
outside.
When you're trying to pass a car, it can block all that and you lose your point where you got a brake. Yeah, I've had that number of times.
Frankly, I mean, this comes back to psychology. You're not thinking of markers, you're not thinking of braking points, you're thinking of braking later than the other guy. It's just like, I must get past now.
Tyson's in my chat. Hello, Tyson. Good to see you. I'm watching it. I am GRT TNT 2000, yeah. Yeah, we enjoyed watching you. So you did go for it, didn't you, in terms of trying to go for the one-stopper, but not quite. It was a good effort.
Marvellous. So are there any other sort of bits? I mean, that was... You ended up ahead there, Moomin, because, you know, trying so hard to sort of get past you, or overspeeds into turn one and just ended up on the gravel, so...
Yeah. I mean, the great thing was that between me and Peter is we've had some great battles in the past. We've also, in other series, racing series as well, we've had some great little fights, great little battles at Spa and places like that. And we have really good, honest racing. And it was a shame because it would have been nice for us to have maybe taken that right through to the end, where we could have just been pushing each other, I suppose, you know, to sort of keep going. Because it's nice when that happens. I do miss that a little bit. I don't like being on me lonesome.
So you prefer sort of battles with someone rather than just driving.
Yeah. I find that when I'm streaming, when sometimes you get something and you're just racing and you think, God, this must be boring for people watching, nothing's happening. And I don't like it either. I like to be, you know, I've done it even when I'm in real life in go-karting. When I've got someone in front of me I can focus on, I'm 10 times quicker. When I've got no one to focus on ahead of me and I've got someone behind me, I'm looking over my shoulder, not hitting the braking points and apexes. It all goes wrong, you know. It makes a big difference.
It does. And like I say, with my little battle with Peter around, it would have been lovely to keep that going because he's a good lad. So it's just DTR as well, so that's always good. But yeah, so it's always good. So, yeah,
Lodotron says the GT3's made him lose 1.5 seconds a lap a few times.
Yeah,
he was too far in front, so I don't mind. If they wanted to roadblock him, that would have been fine. Yeah. He was too far in front.
It didn't slow him down that much, did it? No.
No. He was just phenomenal tonight.
But he did. He just said because Tyson tried that one stopper, and he just said to Tyson, said, "You had me worried for a while."
Yeah. That was quite the show.
Because I thought maybe he's going to be able to do this, but then you suddenly saw, Tyson was having to do far too much fuel saving, and the gap came down far too quickly, and there was too much time on the clock. I'm just watching Mikey at the moment, and I'm just seeing, if he was trying to look at his inputs and if he was managing. He's not really. He's revving things out all the while, and that's maybe why. And he's always got this good 2 or 3 seconds all the while, so he could have been short shifting quite easily. He's constantly revving the car out.
The other thing we didn't see was the change for the lead. So I'm on lap 3. I've been going since lap 2 while you guys have been talking. Yeah. Looking backwards from Jenny.
That must have been about between lap 5 and 10, I should think.
I'm thinking, and it's lap 4 or 5, yeah. I'm thinking that the reason why she got herself a bit of a gap, she got a great start, got a great first few corners, and Mikey, Botto and Cordell were fighting each other, which gave her a bit of a breather. So once Mikey and Botto got their heads down and sort of stopped messing them out, it was a bit like what you were saying. I don't know whether they were working with each other, but they stopped thinking about each other and started just trying to drive the fastest laps. So because the beginning of lap 4, they're closing in, not battling each other. They're line astern, but the gap is coming down. Obviously on the replay it doesn't show you the gaps because it's crap. GTS 6, but it is sort of coming down. So I'm going to keep on board with this. You guys talk about what you want to. I'll interrupt when I need to. Watching Mikey and Botto close in on Jenny, who was still doing a superb job, man. Just, great. Well, last lap was a 1:48.75, so pretty damn good.
Well, I've gone back to the start again and try and catch up with
So people watching my stream, this is the battle for the lead. Jenny
Lap
got a great
7,
start,
yeah.
pulled away, while Mikey and Botto were having a bit of and Cordell to a lesser extent. You can see Cordell on this stream, this bit of the stream right now, just dropping back from the two in second and third, who are line astern, and slowly catching up with Jenny, who ended up not winning but coming in second place because of she would have been third, but Mikey didn't quite get his strategy right with fuel.
What lap are you on, Andrew?
I'm on lap 5 now, just started lap 5. Looking at the gorgeous pink and white livery.
I know what lap it happened, so it's up to you if you want to push on a bit further.
No, I'm just
fair enough, I'll come back to where you
well,
are.
I'm kind of watching. It's going to be in the next lap or so. Jenny's done 2 consistent 140.8 laps. Lap 5. Let's see what happens. I've got my finger on the rear view. It's strange because at this point it's quite a consistent gap between Mikey and Jenny. I mean, it's close, but it's a comfortable gap as long as no mistakes are made. Nothing dodgy should be happening.
Starting at lap 6, so let me know when you start lap 6 and I'll start it again.
Okay, well, I'm a few corners in. Okay, 3, 2, 1, lap 6.
Okay.
So you've got a good gap. Entering corner 1 now. Again, no problem. Corner 2, 3, 4. The dodgy chicane.
You almost feel like you go back on yourself in that one, don't you?
But again, the gap's pretty. Tyre wear's fine, plenty of fuel. The fast section a bit further round. Looking at the gorgeous mountains with their silly wind turbines. The last 20 years and no more. You know, very environmentally friendly as long as we replace them over 20 years and forget about.
It's got 2 down the road from us.
Oh, there's about 500
on
around.
the old RAF Attlebridge airfield where Bernard Matthews has his turkey house.
Bernard Matthews! Right, okay. Mikey's getting a much closer now. Mikey and Botto is getting much closer. Okay, it's extended.
Lap 7.
Indeed. Corner 1. It's good this because you're using a different perspective to me. I'm looking back on a chase cam.
Alright, yeah.
It's my go-to sort of look. I get quite frustrated with Formula 1 when they keep showing these views that you can't see anything from. It's definitely catching up a little bit. Catching up a little bit. On the fast section, the side of this course, Sardegna, which people might know of Sardinia. Oh, it's really catching up now. Oh, we've oversteered there. Yeah. I'm thinking Jenny's feeling the pressure.
Yeah, especially if you keep flicking the rear view to look and see your people getting closer, and you can see it on the Delta as well. Yeah, gets you more anxious and you're always looking back.
And then you overdrive to try and stay ahead of them,
Yeah.
which
Trying to
slows
tell
you
your
down.
brain- You tell your brain, hit the apexes, brake at the right points, but in the end you just end up overdriving all the while.
In Jackie Stewart's autobiography, he was talking about a time when him and Graham Hill were lap 8, much closer again. Were at, I think it was Monza, and they were going that they'd got a commanding lead over the rest in the BRM team. They had a commanding lead over everybody else in the field, and so they were getting pit boards to slow down. So they slowed down, and they were braking earlier, and they were doing more gentle acceleration, and they were lift and coasting a bit more, and all this kind of stuff. It's getting a lot closer. So Mikey's getting closer rather than Botto. And they were going faster and faster and faster and getting faster and faster and faster lap times, and they were getting these irate boards going slow down, slow down. So Mikey is definitely catching her up. It's on the grass, on the grass. Mikey's along the inside.
Some bravery there to go for it there on that
Basically,
corner.
yeah, she
Sometimes
gave him the corner, like you know,
Oi.
and then compromising to the next one inside of Falconer. So that's she's going to, compromise her exit. See, that to me, this is where I find things very interesting, because at times they're very consistent. But that last lap, 1:42.3.10 compared with 1:40.6.78.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at Mikey. His times less consistent. Overall, a lot less consistent. So 1:41.4, then a 48.44, 41.0, 46, 41, 41.1. It's interesting.
Just that lap 8, wasn't it? A big 2-second gap almost, isn't it? Of letting in.
It's again, it's the psychology of it. And then okay, so he's a bit ahead, and it's a negotiating the traffic problem now, isn't it?
Yeah. Something that aspect comes into it. It changes the whole scenario, really.
She's so fast.
Instead of two things, and you're thinking about three things.
Yeah, it's like how do you and as we've talked about this, about the automatic nature of the driving, and now she's behind him and she's trying to desperately get back up there because she knows she's fast enough. She knows she's fast enough, okay, and she is. She is.
Sometimes, trouble is, she's often sometimes in the worst position where you've got someone who's also quick behind you, while at the same time you're trying to catch the first one. Sometimes you're looking 2 paces at once.
So she knows she's fast enough. She's got Golden Botto right behind her. She's trying to defend against that at the same. Like here, corner 1. She's gone defensive, which compromises her exit. And what?
In hindsight, you maybe think, let Golden Botto go here and let him take me back into it. In hindsight, whether I would have done that during the race, yeah, it's hard to say. But looking at it now, you think, let Golden Botto go and let him pull me back into the race, get back up into them, and then take it from there. But easier said than done now.
I wonder. Okay, I do wonder. Because she's definitely overdrove there with sparks and everything, and then Golden Botto's there, and she's got a GT4 car in front. So Golden Botto is up the inside, opportunistic, got the inside line. She's braked later, but he's got the inside line. Oh,
nicely defended. Nicely defended.
Actually, very nice. Yes, superb.
He braked very early there, Golden Botto.
Well, he knew he wouldn't make the corner. If he brake later, there's not a chance on that corner. Not a chance. Would he get around it?
I think he braked a little bit earlier than normal though. So.
Yeah, but because if but his normal braking position would have been.
No, what I'm saying is, if you're going down the inside, I think he even braked a little bit earlier than normal. I think he.
Oh right.
I think he decided he was going to go and try and do a switchback, but it didn't quite work.
Right. Okay. I've just got to the point. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I've pressed the wrong button for a second. I just got to the point where they came across a Moomin on the last corner.
Yeah.
And then I pressed rewind twice, so annoying. Okay, so she's coming to Moomin, and she's literally on the apex with Moomin. So
bolt, just at the wrong time. Then that's what caused that.
It was a case of
overspeed too quick. And he had nowhere to pull out.
He had nowhere to go.
There's one line.
She had nowhere to go.
Line. Yeah, and there's only one line in a fast kink like that. You can't change a line. It's. If she was 10 yards further back, it should have been spot on.
And then, so at the beginning of that straight, Golden Botto's already ahead before the line, before lap 11 starts. And then he can take, he defends a bit, but he's too far ahead to do it. She makes a tiny bit of time through those series of corners, and
that was a Lonatron. That was bad luck for her in the last corner. Thank you for subscribing there, by the way, Lonatron. Very much appreciated.
Bloody hell! I've just noticed something. You're still beating me though, mate. You're on 61. I'm on 60. I mean, last time I knew I was on 50 odd.
Well, it's funny when I did commentary for the last when you were doing the pro and I was doing the out and Dyke in the last round there, I gained about 6 or 7 subscribers just from that.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
And it was like 60 odd views on the video in like within the next day. And I thought, Christ Almighty, where's that come from? And like not the stream today, but the stream I did on Monday, I had over 100 views by lunchtime the next day. And I thought, what the hell's going on? So, but I don't know if you see Scottish streams at the moment, he's getting over, by the time, 24 hours after, there's 1,000 views, he's getting like 60 likes.
1,000 views? Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. In terms of total views, people at any one time, it can be up to around 40 people watching.
Oh, wow. Seems to be really taken. The whole, I mean, the COVID malarkey's made a big thing of the sort of sim racing anyway, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But
for some reason, I think Flash and Benson are going to do a few pointers to Scotty. I mean, they've mentioned to him how to do his titles for his streams, because he would generally often just put GTS Fun, in little writing. So people, I think his subscribers would never really notice that it was a live stream, but now he's putting live in capital letters first, and then a bit of a better description, and that seems really.
Oh, so this is the old what do they call it? Search engine optimization kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's working a bit, and his subscribers are also noticing when it comes up as a reminder. It's like, oh, he's live. They're clicking onto that.
I mean, the only reason I care about this kind of stuff is the people that I'm representing. It's the only thing that the thing I get from sim racing is meeting people that I get on with. I'm really not that bothered, and I'm going to maintain that standpoint probably forever, because it's true. I'm
not good enough at this game to rely on the fact that I want to be good at it. I would have stopped a long while ago. It's more about people I've met through the community and everything. YouTube, definitely.
The only reason I'm commentating is because I've got a very good friend called Hugh, and the only reason I carry on commentating is because I've met a few good people to do it. Sure, I've had people telling me I should commentate for bloody years on Formula One, but how do you do that? Or write. I used to try to write for a car magazine, but you know, you've got to go to Oxbridge and be driven and have a portfolio and give a crap. I mean, if you look at the people that do car journalism, most of them aren't people who are remotely interested in cars. They're journalists first, and they can get a job with Haymarket or whichever other massive publishing house, you know. Which is why they're all crap.
It's the same with anything, isn't it? When it's funny because I watch that Richard Osman House of Games sometimes. So you get these sport presenters that go on there, as in like the news BBC Sport people. They know nothing about Formula 1, like where the tracks are or where they are in the world. And it's like, what, how the hell, or any of the sports, let alone the Formula 1, they use the satellite and they think, you're just a bloody journalist, aren't you? Or you watch like people who do weather forecasters and they're TV presenters. They're not proper forecasters.
They get a bit of training from the Met Office, and then they
just want to be on TV.
Wincy Willis,
they're
not actual Met people. They don't know anything. They're literally just presenters.
Oh, literally. I love Wincy Willis from Treasure Hunt. Don't have it was Wincy Willis. She was brilliant on Treasure Hunt. Wincy Willis.
I just keep thinking of this song.
I miss that programme so much.
I just keep thinking of this song. John Catley is the weatherman, the weatherman, the weatherman. John Catley is the weatherman. So is Michael Fish.
I've just realised I've seen in the chat here, so I'm going to leave the chat. Sorry, guys.
Great. You could have joined us any time, sir.
I'll be finishing in a couple of minutes, so
I was going to say thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for doing commentary tonight, guys, and doing the live streams. That's fantastic.
No problem.
Pleasure.
Thanks for asking.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Really good.
Sorry, I only saw the message very late. I don't have Discord on my mobile yet. I only have it on my laptop, so unless I switch that laptop on, I generally don't see messages. So, but I will try and get Discord on my phone because I've got a new phone now, so got a bit more storage on there.
Yeah, I have the same problem. I have to sort of manage what apps I have on it.
Yeah.
Or it just
exactly. My old one, it's been annoying me in terms of where it's very crashy. It just doesn't work properly. But it only had 8 gig, and so you couldn't fit a lot. Now this other one's only got like nearly 10 times that. So
it's
should be able to fit.
But everyone that sort of updates their phones every 10 seconds doesn't understand this kind of stuff, do they?
Yeah.
Budget, actual budget. Oh, you're on a budget, so you can only go on holiday abroad 3 times a year. Yeah.
We're going on holiday this year. We're going to Wales, but not your part of Wales, I'm afraid.
Ooh, I bet you're going. Hold on, don't tell me. I bet you're going to Carmarthen.
No. Are we near it? Is it Tenby? Just outside Tenby?
Oh, yeah, Carmarthen.
Yeah.
Tenby. Tenby's a really nice place. Pembrokeshire.
I want to go to
Tenby.
Castle, that looks nice, so definitely.
No, not Carmarthen with a M.
I thought that's what I said, but it could be my Norfolk dialect.
Is there a castle in Carmarthen?
Carmarthen.
I'll have to look. Do you know what? I don't actually know if there is actually a castle in Carmarthen.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've never been there. That's West Wales. West Wales, as they call it. Carmarthen is sort of like the bit of sort of what you could loosely call South Wales that speaks Welsh, as opposed to Caernarfon.
I'm concerned of. There's going to be a lot of people speaking that, but
no, it's not a problem. I mean, even if they do, it's not a problem.
The V&B I booked very quick on replying and sort of speaking, and made some nice enough people. So, yep.
Yeah, well, I'll teach you a phrase right now on air, and it's Tata Ruan, which means goodbye now. Ruan means now, literally. Tata Ruan. There's 3 types of Welsh. There's North, South, and West Walian, and they're all different dialects. So if you were going to say milk in North Wales, you would say llaeth. If you say in South Wales, you say llefrith. And of course in North Wales they say that llefrith is wrong, You know, it's quite provincial. But yeah, that and the other word which I would teach everyone I can is moron, which is the Welsh for carrot. So whenever anybody calls anyone a moron, I always think carrot.
I'll just say, if anyone ever calls me, I'll say, why are you calling me a carrot?
Why are you calling me a carrot? Carrot.
Well, I mean, like, here in Norfolk, I mean, Norfolk and Norwich is different dialects. You know, Norwich is different to Norfolk. So subtle, but it's different.
I love languages. You see, I mean, I've always loved language. I've always loved accents and languages and stuff like that. So I understand. I mean, as much as we take the pay out of Dick Van Dyke for not being able to do the British accent, and it pees me off when.
What are we doing, Mary Poppins?
When they do the British accent, and then I just desperately want to start doing the Scottish accent to people, and then going, what are you doing? I'm saying, well, I'm doing the British accent, you know.
Oh, God, it's amazing now, isn't it, that they get a lot of us English actors doing American roles, and they get a lot of we get a lot of American actors coming over here and doing English roles. It's very bizarre.
There is a bunch of people in America now that can do accents, but there's not many. There's not many. What I've found is Scottish and Irish people, actors, tend to be able to do accents better, and it's because they use a wider range of shapes and movements in their mouths.
Hello, Jeffro. Jeffro's joined us. He speaks Canadian. Yeah, there we go.
Canadian. Now, I was watching. Okay, Jethro. I was watching a TV show where Charlie Borman was biking across Canada, and it was fantastic to hear the different accents from Canada, because there is no such, just like every country on the world, there is no such thing as a Canadian accent. There's no such thing as an English accent, a Scottish accent, a Welsh accent. I mean, the BBC thinks everyone in Wales sounds like Gavin and Stacey, which is a Swansea accent. You know, it's just nuts. There is no such thing as an accent. And, you know, Canada has about 5, 6, well, I don't even know. But it's like, some of them sound Scottish, some of them sound... You go to Maine in Northern America, and Maine sounds like a lot of America, a lot of Canada. It's just, there's no such thing as an accent. Each region has its own accent. Like you say, you know, there's bits of Norfolk.
Jeffro says there are several.
Exactly, and some of them sound very Scottish, and that's because all the Scottish immigrants went there. You know, it's you know, that's how it works. It's a mix of people coming together and making noises. So
especially Newfoundland around that area, didn't they? I think.
And then
strong link.
Strangely, the Nova Scotia. I mean, I wonder why that's called that. You know, Nova Scotia, New Scotland. So why is it called New Scotland? Well, let me think. Nuts. So yeah,
New York. There's Norfolk over there in America, isn't it? There's I think there's a Norwich somewhere.
My ex-best friend moved to America. Very exactly. My ex-best friend moved over to America a long time ago, about 2001, and he moved to near Princeton, and it was weird because he used to live near Reading, and I noticed where he was living was within 100 miles of 2 Readings. And it was just kind of weird, because it's like, well, that's fair enough, because he's moved to near Reading.
You can get that with villages in this country sometimes, can't you? Where sometimes it's like you do get villages that are not that far away from each other, especially how small this country is. You know, they've got exactly the same name. But
there's a reason for those, because they're all based on family names.
Jeffrey's saying West Coast, East Coast, Prairies, Central, the French, and Aboriginals. And Jeffrey is from Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. So are we Scot? We Scot? It's Canadian and New Zealand are two accents which I don't want to do because my nothing's finely tuned enough for me to be able to do it.
Well, I used to work for a New Zealander. They taught me a lot. Top bloke, and they always used to say "fish" and "chips." All to do with the eyes.
Fish, you've got to compress your mouth. Everything's got to be sort of up and to the back. Fish and chips. No, the chips went wrong.
That went all wrong.
He went all
He
wrong.
always wore shorts, no matter what the weather. Always wore shorts, but he always used to say, you lose your heat out of your head. Out of your head. So he would just, when it was cold, he would put a woolly hat on, but he would always wear shorts. The only one time I saw him wear trousers is when he did a special presentation, because where I worked it was to do with, because we had a deer party he was presenting for about our venison meat, so he was out there trying to promote that in this meeting, so he was wearing trousers and a shirt and tie, and that was the only time. Every other time he was always in shorts. So it could be snowing, blowing a blizzard, and you might have a rain jacket on, but he'll have shorts on.
Yeah, but your legs. I mean, right. I live in Northwest Wales. Okay,
he always
so
says you don't lose heat out of your legs.
Exactly. I live in Northwest Wales, and in Northwest Wales, it's exactly the same thing. You get lots of rain. I used to do this. I used to get a big hat, which I bought in Scotland, so that keeps the rain off you mostly. Some kind of waterproof jacket, and then shorts, and good shoes, waterproof shoes. The legs, they kind of look after themselves.
Yeah, that's what I mean, water runs down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Jeffro is part of the McRae pack.
So do you drive too fast down every single road and then crash? Regardless.
As Scotty would say as he's going around the corner and the back steps, says, "Oh, Colin McRae in it around now."
How many Mac attacks do you? I am part of the Mar clan, which was part of the Stuart clan of Braemar Castle. I like my tartan, and I like it's got purple and green and yellow in it, and I do like my family crest, which has stuff.
You can't beat stuff.
Stuff is good. I like stuff. Stuff is you get sort of, how can I put this? You get other stuff, and then you get stuff. And my stuff is okay.
Cool. May I recommend you, Andrew, to go and subscribe to Jeffro's Game Room?
Okay. Hold on. Yep. Remember, look, you can click on this now.
Yeah,
got to flip at least once in a while.
I only learned that the other night when I was watching Scotty, and he knew that before me. He was like saying, "You just got to click on there." I was like, "Oh yeah, I never noticed that before." Go to channel.
Click. Okay, I can block. I can do this. I can do that. Why is it not working? It's not working. It's not letting me click. There we go. Alright, I'll type it in.
Jeffrey says, yeah, got to flip it at least once on the way to the shop, as in McRae in it.
Tumbled several times through a tree. Oh, yeah, I found him.
Yeah.
So, I'm already subscribed, in your face.
Oh, right. I must have mentioned it to you before.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Not necessarily.
Right, I think I'm going to call it a night, mate. I'm starting to get achy with my shoulder. I do when I sit in this chair for too long. That's the problem. Much fun and a pleasure again commentating alongside you. I think it was an excellent race.
Always good. You're learning my weirdnesses, and
I got used to that pretty quickly. Don't
bless you. And I have no idea what to say now. You're doing great. Thank you so much for joining me, Simon. And anyone that's listening on my stream, subscribe to Simon's channel. I have already. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put his stream into the chat. It will be in the description by the end of the day. Subscribe to the guy. He does streaming content, he does golf, he does other stuff, actually.
No, we haven't done that for a while, have we? Now we must do that again.
Yeah, I tried to play golf the other day and I was doing quite well, but I was really bored. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with this? Why am I bored? And then I realised it's because I wasn't playing with anybody else. So I was on my own. It's like, nah.
Yeah, that is a trouble, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not actually interested in golf in any way at all. I'm interested in people. Not everyone.
Some games are alright on your, some games are alright on your own, but some games are so much more fun when you're with other people. So
all games are more fun with other people, apart from even Call of Duty. As long as you're with the right people, it's about getting the right people. Right people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Serenity wants me to do the Cockney accent in a minute. I'll get rid of this fella and then let him go because he's got stuff to do like sleep and live and have a life.
Yeah.
So,
alright then, mate, you take care.
Simon, thank you so much for joining me.
Broadcast now. Here we go. Broadcast settings.
You're a star, and I will let you go. I will stop talking. 3, 2, 1, now.
Bye bye.
Bye. There we go, Simon's left the party, so I'm going to close his thing. Serenity, do the Cockney accent. Okay, the Cockney accent. For some strange reason, I've got Australian in my head. Okay, right, I'll tell you a little story, alright? My mother, she's from Dagenham, which is in Essex, which is not Cockney. But I live in North Wales, which is not Cockney in any way whatsoever. Okay? So, what happened was, is I rang my mother up because my mum, she's from like the south in like London, isn't it? And I said, Mum, I kind of like, I met some people from Hackney, which they call Hackney. Look after your chest. The rest of the muscles carry itself. Not entirely sure I agree with that. Anyway, so I said, Mum, you know what I mean? I kind of like, you know, I met some people you'd love because they were like salty earth, innit? From Hackney, which Hackney's a quite London-based, common, poor area of London. Things have changed a lot because of immigration and people with a hell of a lot of money telling us how we should live. Lots of people, because it's incredible how the people that tell us how we should live and what we're allowed to think and what we're allowed to do are the ones that never encounter anyone of any other kind of race, cultural background or anything. And their idea is based on some kind of book. It's not based on the reality of meeting people. The rest of us, what we do is we meet someone, we decide what we think of that person. Some idiots go, your skin's a funny colour, your food's funny, you smell weird, your clothes are weird, and then they decide on that. But not actually that many, in my experience. My experience is that most people find someone, and when they find somebody different, okay, maybe, potentially, they are a bit perturbed, things are unusual, and then they find out that person's a really decent person, really good person, or really good, and they just accept them into their lives and accept them for who they are. They've learned something new, which we all do, and they go, okay, whatever. And then probably they are more akin to defending those people than anybody else on the planet, because they have found somebody what they thought was different and found out they're actually just the same as everybody else. They're just people. They're people. And what's different between us is a cultural background, which is often very different and often a problem, and it isn't often our problem. You know, there's lots of people with a cultural background, like, I don't know, Muslims who think that women should keep the fuck shut up, when in the West we've decided that women are perfectly capable being as equal to men as anybody else, you know. But you can't say that because, you know, you're being racist, you're being religious. Yeah, fuck off. If someone treats a woman like a piece of shit, I'm not going to be happy. End of. I don't give a flying fuck where they come from or what religion they're in. That's no excuse if it's something I don't agree with. So she's so close to golden bottom. She's fighting so hard. I'll follow Tamazant on YouTube. Tamazant is a female and very French racer, sim racer, who a couple of 2 years ago got into sim racing. Yeah, real women, mate. Sexuality, I have an issue, and I've been accused of being a misogynist by my ex-best friend, because as a father of 4 children, one died, and the stay-at-home father, the main carer of my children, I was called a misogynist by my ex-best mate, because I thought that society was sexist against men. We were being told repeatedly that we had to be more involved in our children and all this kind of stuff, and I've been that way in my entire life. I started changing Terry nappies at the age of 9 when my little sister was born, okay? I helped bring my little brother and sister up, my little brother being adopted, and both of them being Down syndrome. And I used to go into shops with my son and my daughter in a pram and being told that I wasn't allowed to use the baby changing facilities because I was a man. But apparently I'm sexist. And when I used to say this to my Islington based ex-mate, he called me a misogynist, a woman hater, and that started my decades-long understanding that society isn't interested in actual truth and fairness and equality. They're interested in scoring some kind of political point, and it's a problem. It's a problem because, you know, 80% of all suicides are men, and the BBC says it's because we don't talk. Well, I've spent 23 years trying to get someone to listen, and no one gives a shit to listen. They give me pills. Yes, Sarati, so you understand. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And it may not be that you go into mother care and get told that you're not allowed to use the baby changing facilities because mothers are in there, but and if there was a baby changing facility that was only for men, there would be a court case. However, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Equality is not about favouring one set of people above another. It's about understanding about the similarities of people. It's not even about denying differences. It's about understanding similarities. So if I meet someone, for example, from Pakistan, I've got a friend from Pakistan, and we find out there are lots of things that are similar and a couple of things that are different, and it's not about denying the differences, it's about understanding the similarities. We all want to have family, we all want to be loved, we all want to be cared for, we all want to be decent. And yet, Mr. Semality, if anything ever goes wrong or an accusation is ever made to you, you will be immediately suspected. Because you're a man. You're a man. I've had to live on the street twice in my life, and I'm very highly qualified. I'm not a drug dealer or a drug addict or someone that's, you know, like a no-hoper. I was just in a circumstance where I had nowhere to live and no way of getting a place to live. And when I rang the council, I was told, and without ceremony, you're a big lad, you can look after yourself, can't you? Whereas the law says if you're a woman, you are vulnerable. And yet women are meant to be strong and as capable as any man. I advocate women beating the crap out of the men that abuse them. Baseball bat. Do what you like. Seriously. If someone treats you like a piece of shit, kill the fuckers. That's what I advocate. Then they won't do it. If they didn't think they could get away with it. But the thing is, I was abused for a good decade by a woman that knew she could get away with it. So it's not just about this fallacy that women are abused by men and that's it. Women are all pure and wonderful is bullshit. People are people. People are shit. People are seriously shit. You have to take people individually on their merits. How else can you do anything? By the way, going back to the stream, I'm on board with Jenny, Pony, 1692, because I want to see how she's doing. She's doing a great job. She's in third. Look at those lap times. Very consistent. She's on a pad. She's not on a wheel. Odd. So she prefers the pad to the wheel. That's cool. Just bizarre. Just bizarre. This is a hard track. Those 90-degree bends on where the and it's a bend. Oh, we'll come up to it in a minute, and I'll mention it. Are the hardest corners in my where most of the time is lost. This one not so bad. I can pretty much get this. How you take that corner influences these corners. This corner loses me a lot of time. If you're going too fast into the first, you're not going to get the second right, and then this straight here is screwed. So that's an overtaking opportunity for people. This one's difficult. I don't really know how to take that corner. This lot's easy enough, that's fine, no problem at all. take it flat out. This one too. But this is one of the ones that's one of the left-handers that's, I keep saying right-handers, left-handers that's other than this lot. You kind of, those two are okay, but this one here is crucial for the entry to this corner. You can lose quite a lot of time here, and then this one is bad. Getting it wrong. That was very well on a pad. So that's where I think the major time's lost, in those three corners, four corners, four combinations. So what we need to do, Mike is in the lead. Now, we can't see what he's doing with his fuel mixture. He's got a good old big chunk of a gap. I'm saying that, but he's right behind him. Okay, so I may need So he's being chased by Botto, so he's probably kept his power up to stay ahead. This is Tic Tacs. This is Tic Tacs. He should have realised that with the fuel he had, he could not have possibly got to the end, and he should have understood that he may have lost first place. All about Tic Tacs. And his times are incredibly consistent. He was actually going slower earlier, so he's sped up. Right, so what's happened? Let's go back to lap 27. Let's go back to lap 27. Okay. I want to see. Right, so at this point he's doing 141s. Just look behind. Botto is a good distance behind. Okay. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. I want to see. He starts increasing his speed. So I wonder whether he's upped his power, because Botto is closing in on him. I'm just going to go back. Look at that. Botto's got that little bit more fuel. Can you see there? He's got a little bit over half a tank. Mikey's got a little bit less than half a tank. Right, so Botto put a bit more in to give himself the power to do the job of catching him up. So over the next many laps, Botto's catching him up. He knows, he's got the confidence, he knows that he's capable. He knows that he's capable. Do you reckon? Let's go back. Sounds nicer than the Aston, that's for sure. The Aston sounds quite nice. Okay, yep, good idea, good idea. What the hell? Okay, so I'm thinking that V8 is a flat plane crank. Whereas that's a cross plane. Good view. Oh God, you know, I've done it wrong. Oh! Yes, indeed. What's interesting to me is how they oversteer compared with what's necessary for the corner. So watching Botto chase Mikey. Sorority, mate, from one guy that has given up on life to somebody that's got a reason to keep living. Don't give up. Don't try to keep hold of your kids. Don't think that no one else understands what you feel. Never give up. There's a reason that on deliveries I put never give up. Never give up. Never surrender. Don't be proud. Just keep caring. Let your kids make the mistakes they make. Be the person they can go to. Oversteering. Not oversteer, obviously. Then they might come back to you later when they decided that you know, Dad, you know nothing. You know what you're talking about. You know nothing. If you can just be there and do that incredibly hard thing of just listening, just understanding and never lying to them. Oh my goodness, he went in too fast, got the line wrong. If you can just be that person that they can trust never to criticise them, but also trust never to lie to them. So if you've got to say something that they don't want to hear, you say it. But if you've got to be that person that loves them anyway, it's that thing. Oh my goodness. There was a brilliant thing when I used to go to church. It was a fantastic I don't know, story, parable, whatever you want to say, of a judge that heard a case of a young person that had done something wrong. And the judge pronounced judgment of a fine for this young person. And then, when the case had been heard, they got up, walked to the bench, and paid the fine because they were the father of the person that was being judged. They had to be fair, but then at the end of the day, they were there for their child. Good to know, mate. Good to know. My kids are grown up too. Maybe you already know. You can't. You can only try and be there for them. You can't be there for them. I love the gearbox sounds. Straight cut gears. Oh, he's trying so hard. Oh my god, he's trying so hard. Catching him up. 29 laps. It's not showing how long's left of this. Can't remember. Glad for you, mate. I'm glad they're grown up, so they can make their own screw-ups without it being your fault. It'll still be your fault, right? Okay. How old are you? I mean, you don't have to answer, Sir. You don't have to answer at all. Like any lady, I would never ask your age. I just wonder out of interest. We've always had a good laugh on Hugh's channels and stuff like that. So I just wonder what age of laugh and humour that we're aiming at. I mean, I'm a sort of a Python. Grew up listening to the Goons, Python records. Morecambe and Wise, love Morecambe and Wise. And then you've got the two Ronnies, and then Blackadder, Red Dwarf, and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and Lord of the Rings. Pretty much what made me. That's very interesting. He's not putting too much steer in. The slip angle's not too even here. Oh! Catching him up though. He's catching him. Holy crap. 147.19. He's catching him. 47 years young. Oh, good lad. He's probably what I would call my generation. Hugh's 6 years younger than me. You're 5 years younger than me, so I'm 52. Letting go is difficult. Of course, society does not allow that. Society thinks that only women can care for the kids. Only women can care for the kids. Oh, that's dodgy. Mid-corner having to pass the back marker. Only women can care for the kids. Men don't have feelings. Men don't want to talk to anybody. Yeah, right. Best times I have. The most fantastic feeling in my heart. My chest, my entire abdomen feels so light and airy when I have a really good conversation with people. And I know I've got a reputation on this channel and every time, anywhere in my life from fucking idiots, that I just talk. Do you know what? I have one face-to-face conversation every 2 weeks, minimum, sorry, in my life. Half an hour. It's restricted to half an hour because of COVID. You might get COVID if it's more than half an hour. Bullshit. Fucking hell. 30 years of chemistry and biochemistry research. I know nothing, but apparently if you put a piece of plastic between us, it won't happen. Oh, for fuck's sake. My God. Put a piece of t-shirt cloth over your mouth. Sod off. Idiots. I'm sorry, Siralty, I haven't got Gran Turismo 7. Gloves in GT Sport, I don't actually know what that means. Oh, Peter from Poland's getting right out of the way. Frankly, I do that anyway, because I'm crap. He's chasing him down. He's definitely chasing him down. We're on board. Chasing him down. Chasing Mikey down. Meanwhile, Pony 1692. No, Mikey. But why you have to wear gloves? I mean, I used to take the pee out of Taya for wearing pink gloves because I just felt it was like, you know, you're wearing pink gloves, what you're doing. I don't wear gloves. I've worn gloves a few times to drive my car years ago when I used to have a car and drove it because it was cold, right? However, they just stopped the feeling in my fingers. Neither do I. Ah, right, okay, fair enough. Moomin! I do like that livery. It's got the sort of the fluorescent greens and the blues. I like fluorescent greens and blues. If you look at my PlayStation thing, I like fluorescent greens and blues. One of my favourites is the Pikes Peak S1 Sport. 600, well, a lot more than 600 horsepower with me tuning it up. Big wing, Michel Mouton. If people think that women can't drive fast, they're fucking stupid. There are, apparently, these are the figures I have read, 100,000 odd racing drivers in the world. Of them, about 10,000 are women. And they wonder, so that's 1%. And then they wonder why there's so few women in the top echelon of motorsport. Well, it's a numbers game. It's a simple fucking numbers game. Forget positive discrimination. Get more women into fucking driving fast, you dicky bastards. Half the population of the planet is perfectly capable of going really fast, given the chance. But they've got to want to do it. I don't want to do needlepoint. Fuck's sake. I don't want makeup. But there's a hell of a lot of women that want to do makeup, and the reason they want to do makeup is because they've been told that's what they're going to do, and that's what they're interested in. So, give them a reason to be interested in driving super fucking fast with a V8 V12 monster around a track. My two girls absolutely fucking love cars and driving. End of. Why? Because the dad did. The mother was a piece of crap. Where's me? Mikey, you started a chat with me when I was in bed, feeling shit. I've had chest pains and what did I say? Ich bin ein Berliner. What do I want to say in Deutsch? Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch. Ich bin ein Jahr in Deutschland gewesen. Aber es war 19... Oh! Was ist? Golden Bottle aus Italien. Oh! Es push. Well, not because of the Subaru, mate. Isle of Man, Manx Rally. Right, okay. Serality. Go into YouTube, type in Addy Vartanen Manx Rally. Or Addy Vartanen Good God. Seriously, and this is Addy Vartanen in a Vauxhall, sorry, an Opel Manta, doing the Manx Rally, and he kind of screwed a corner up and hit the back end, which burst a tyre, which caused a fishtail, not a tank slapper. For your information, caught a fishtail. And he was fishtailing slowly at 100 miles an hour towards a cattle grid with two metal gates on either side that would have chopped the bastard in half, right? And you see the co-driver look at it and go, dear God. Oh, Manx Rally. But I mean, what catches the headlines these days, the Isle of Man TT bike race, because these nutters doing 180, 190 mile an hour, leant over, and their head brushes the padding on telegraph poles. Every year somebody dies, and they still do it. Now oh, that's the one. That's the one. That's where it happened. That's where Mikey ran out of fuel. Final lap. Let's watch her with the pink gloves. She's actually designed pink gloves. Let's watch Pony. I mean, Golden Botto. Let's watch him go over the line. From inside in his rusty coloured Ferrari. I don't know, there's no one watching. Manta 400. When I was in Germany in 1989, 1990, I was going from the train station to my friend's house. Yeah, man. No fuel. Mikey, you just... I don't know exactly... Obviously, I don't know exactly what was happening with you or why. One lap. One more lap and you'll have it. I don't know if you had it on a higher... fuel setting. Get Cordell. Hello, Cordell. Good lad. Or what, but fuck me, man. There we go. There we go. Let's go back to Jenny. I'm so pleased with Jenny. Jenny did a really competitive race. And then this nutter here, after such a fantastic job, ran out of fuel on the last lap. Ran out of fuel. And, you ran a great race, mate. You're always a fighter, always a racer. Great at Christmas presents, you know what I'm talking about. Keith Flint did the TT ×2. What do you mean, Shiralty? Because, I mean, most of the people that do the TT go back and do it again. Many of the people die on it because they're all mad. You please explain what you mean. Yeah, the reason you got third is because somebody was Simon was saying that you were trying to get the fuel across the tank. I don't think you were that way. Yeah, the reason you got third is because of the weird, stupid, idiotic rules of Gran Turismo Sport. You were very lucky there, mate. So, pitting. Alright. What are you doing, man? Cordell. So he would have passed you. But the weird and stupid, idiotic, stupid rules of the Gran Turismo Sport meant that you got that, man. Very lucky, very lucky. But you got it, and you were deserved a good place. And next time, pit a lap later, or whatever. I don't know. Right, so people in the chat, have you got anything you want to see? Two seconds, Cordell, 2 seconds to get on the podium. Oh, gutted, man. Gutted. I know you say that. Okay. Texture details, dashboards. Yes, they've put a lot of effort. Matt, TMK Matt. Has mentioned how great the graphics are. They're okay. They're all right. So Cordell, I don't know. It's kind of. I like the racing. You should all know how little I am interested in sim racing. You should all know. I have not made it a secret. All right. But every now and again I sort of stumble on a stream or watch some racing, and I'm hooked. I'm hooked on the racing. It's the good racing. It's the racing that makes a difference. It's and the angles you get. You know, the fact that you can see what's going on, instead of in Formula One, where they're more interested in showing a big fat fucking arse on a pit wall and showing a flag in slow motion and showing a really slow motion of a wheel. And it's like, yeah, I want to see the racing, you divvy bastards. Okay, right, Serenity, Keith Flint. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, mate, there's a few that do that. Oh, that's GLR has clean racing etiquette in our DNA. Do you indeed? Well, I'll have to have a look at that. I am supremely impressed with the racing etiquette that's gone on in this race. Never mind anybody else's. Early on, when there was a bit of a coming together of a couple of people, and it was Enra and whoever the hell was in front of him, I've forgotten already. And the guy behind them both actually let them get away with it. And we had a bit of a discussion, me and Simon, about whether that was a good idea. Simon thought that if he was in that position, he would have just gone past them both. Gone, not my problem, I didn't cause it, let's go. I disagreed. But whatever your opinion of it, it's just great to watch. It's great to see, and great to be in this community. Super duper to be in this community. I don't know what to say to you now. What should I do? You don't want to see me race, because that's just a bad idea. What can I show you? My library. Let's show you this. This is nut things. I made this last night. You can Unpro. So this is something I made. I've got a bit of a trope of having Batman or something on it, and so I thought Superman also. I love Superman, love the music of Superman. This is my GTR. It's got cats on it, because I am a cat. Hence snow leopard. It's got the mind symbol, because I want the mental health of people. And there's Rush, because Rush is the greatest rock band ever to live. There's a cat. And it has eyes, because I like the eyes. If I could stick those over the lights, it'd be great. And this is part of Dream Team Racing. There you go. Golden wheels, man. Chill, baby. Well, I may have necked something while streaming, but not Guinness, because I can't afford it. Right, so I honestly don't know what to show you now. How about this one? Never go up, man. You can't see the top. All the shops are shut, and I've got £11 to last me the next 3 weeks. You know, that's how it works. Welcome to my world. It's time. You GLR nutters, you're all mad. Bum ba ba da bum Bum, bum, bum. Right, that's Neil Peart, the 2 years dead drummer of cancer for Rush, the greatest band ever, and that is Rush. And we've got Kit Kats. Meow. It's beautiful. John Williams is awesome. You are absolutely right. The last time I played music externally on my stream, it got removed for copyright. Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't know what to say now. I suppose this is what I'm going to race at Bathurst on the road to 161. I think it's got a flag on it. It is a bitch. Because I would absolutely be playing at the beginning of every one of my streams Red Barchetta. This is what I was told off for last night by Richie Roo for not being a livery. But it is. It's class, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. It's just, beautiful car. So nice. I really need to stop now, don't I? Group 2. Let's just stop milking this stream. Please tell me you're in the... Yes, Cordell, I am in GLR Discord. I don't actually remember what I'm in as. Hold on, let me tell you. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm using other people's decals, but I'm just trying to... Right, see on the back? Tin Man. This is the one I'm going to be using in the Bathurst Road to 161. Tin Man. Vikings. Batman logo. I'm finding I like the 2008 cars much better. Right, okay. That's the size. Look at that stuff. Mikey, I thought it would only be 35 laps. Mikey, no. You did a great job, pal. You did such a super duper job. Well, no, my GLR. What am I in GLR as? Snow Leopard. There you go. I am in as Snow Leopard. Ah, man. I've sent you a message. Saying I am Roo. And I've added you as a friend. So there you go, Cordell. Enough of that. Ugh. Oh, that's good. What do you think of this one? I like that. That's good. I like How many Guinnesses have you had? There you go. So, cause stuff. 228. Because I was 22. I liked being 22. It was fun. It was older than 21, but still very young. So I suggested to my now ex-girlfriend I should be 22, and she said, "No, Andy, I'm not dating a toy boy." So I had to be at 28. And 28 is a pretty good round number. The fact that I'm 52 is irrelevant. 20 seconds short of being 35 minutes. Yes, absolutely true. Get them in your room. I can't. All the shops are shut. I've drank all the beer I've got. God, I would love to. But I am poor. Right. I think this probably means I'm desperately trying to hang on to things. Oh, who's in lobbies now? Who do I know in lobbies? Who's in lobbies now? Sky! Alright. No. I don't think so. I don't want any more criticism, thank you very much. I've got enough shit. Number 44. I'm 44, the double trouble. Well, let me just have a check. Let me look at my little doodahs and see. Number 44. M3 guy. M3 guy with a hurricane called Nick is number 44. Is that you, Cordell? Yes, no? If it isn't you, somebody, not me, because I'm not getting involved in this, somebody needs to have a conversation with somebody and pick a number. Because the only other 44 I know is... Mr. Rossi. Oh no, hold on, no, wrong. 46. $46, isn't he? Not 44. Whatever. So you two find it out, and I have no idea what I'll do now, but it's 1:45, so I will say, as I have heard on the radio, for everyone in the world, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Let's do this again sometime very soon. Nighty night. Bye.